Alright, let's get this shit the fuck over with. So, as you know, number one team in the nation. That's Nash Arcadia. I mean, no discussion. Best duo. You know, two-time champions. Pretty much the goats of 2v2 right now. Nash the goat overall, obviously for obvious reasons. Arcadia, though, W fucking season number 2, especially with the championship. That was definitely. I mean, that second tournament with Springs or whatever, fucking insane. Well, I mean, the last tournament, not really the third, or not the second, but it was the third tournament. But you know, I think it was her second tournament with Nash. Well, obviously with Nash, but also her second tournament. No, she was in the first. She got top 8 with Bothalla in the first. No, never mind. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, Arcadia has always been really, really good. So, and now she finally won a deserving trophy. So, hey. She got here. She got here by merit. I mean, she's just insane. She never fell outside of the top 8. So, you know, she's already really good. Ironically, I haven't seen the rest of the tournament yet. I'm barely on top 8s right now, but I saw Yuz, I think, make winners finals, if I'm not mistaken, over Sandstorm using fucking Fate, and I was like, okay, so Orb is back, and I'm a fan. Anyways, let's get this shit done with. This is still all first to 2s, you know, still best of 3s. So, as you know, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time. Let's just get into the match. It's so quiet for me because my TV's turned down. Actually, let me turn it up because it's actually genuinely so quiet. I feel like if my TV's at like 20 to 25, it's not accurate, I guess. Okay, 26. Works. Oh, so. I mean, Fate's just gone. I adjusted the fucking volume, didn't get to really see the game. And I sit back on my bed, Fate is just gone. So I don't think that's a good sign for Fate and Yumiko. I mean, especially because Fate was doing the best between her, and Yumiko's not exactly known for her 2's prowess. Neither is Fate, so I guess I can be fair there, but you know. Fate started off the season started off this tournament, technically the season really, really good. So, you know. I mean, right now it's even in terms of stocks, but damage is definitely in the red team's favor. Of course, they're showing up as yellow right now. But I mean, both Bar and Arcadia are doing a really good job. Arcadia kind of hesitating to pick up the weapon. Good side sig. The Nair didn't get the recovery, got the side air instead. This double spear is what has won them multiple tournaments. I mean, it's just the reason why they're so dominant. A good little double KO from the duo as Nash decides to opt to the hammer. Just, I guess, for like team combos, whatever. Right? But yeah, I guess Arcadia's playing more control-y. But in terms of the duo, it really is like just every other. Incredible stock there from Nash, just being able to take that one off of Fate. And now we're trying to see Arcadia kind of do the same thing here. Now that she's attempting to. The down air. Doesn't get the recovery. The side air might be enough. I don't know if she has tools. She does make it back, but that side air will secure it. And just like that, Nash and Arcadia take game 1 with Nash having an incredible game, as he always does. I mean, I would say Arcadia played bad, but the fact that the other two did way worse, on like just Blue Team as a whole did way worse, is kind of crazy. So we're going to Apocalypse, a big change of scenery, getting off that Mishima Dojo, abysmal map for sure. Way too small for 2s, just way too small in general. It feels like I'm playing World's End, but with platforms. And that's just not something I'm a fan of, I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, though, it's definitely interesting. Oh. Hold on now. Oh, that sider might kill, not enough just yet. But Fate does not indeed make it back either. Arcadia very damaged, Nash kind of the one with the lead, but hey, Yumiko doing what she can right now, keep herself alive, keep them at bay, and tie up the stock count. as Nash ultimately takes her out. Now we see Arcadia on the Greatsword. The Greatsword's been buffed a few times since I actually started um, doing these tournaments. Definitely, there's been a big difference in the like 7 or 8 months since the last two's tournament, so we could definitely see some Arcadia Greatsword coming out. Maybe even in the ones. Right now, though, it's definitely looking really, really bad for Arcadia. She just lost her weapon, doesn't really look too good. Yeah, it's a bit rougher. Neutral air. And that's the stock. Ouch. So currently Nash and Arcadia in the lead as usual, but I mean, Yumiko's working hard to make sure that changes. Fate's still trying to, do what she can contribute. Picks up the orb, side air, just whiffed actually, just straight up whiffed. Alright, we see that stock taken. Now Yumiko or not. God damn, why am I switching them all the time? Faye working on taking out Nash's stock. Nash still barely alive. This actually could work if they start working on 2v1 there. Just put really good damage on Arcadia. Right now, though, Yumiko doing it by herself. The downer will finally take her out, and now it's a 2v1. Arcadia tries to play it spaced out, and I mean, shit, she's getting more damage than they are, really, so the value is kind of in that blue team's disadvantage, as they're now both orange, one's red, one's kind of just fighting for their life. Now they're both fighting for these stocks to stay in the first round, but it's not going to happen. Nash and Arcadia, cleanup crew, come in, and they finish that game out. Nash, once again, another 600 damage game. Yumiko with a 700 damage game as well, so that's like the 20th so far. No joke. We've seen like 2,700 damage games. I don't know. The damage inflation is a thing, though, baby. I'm not a fan. I liked it better when they weren't not dying, When they weren't, like, struggling to be KO'd. I said I would put them in blue. Alright, yeah, fuck it. I said I'd put them in blue, so we're actually gonna go and do, well, let me hit right here, so I might as well. Ezio and Vector will be facing off against the double whammy, the double pressure, infinite pressure, basically. That is Cassidy and Sentinel. I mean, Sentinel and Cassidy, they've just been a staple of the game. They're students of the game, they're masters of the game. They're constantly learning, constantly adapting, and sure, they may have fallen out of the top 8. But let's not sit here and act like Cora and Patrick didn't face top-tier teams, man. Let's not sit here and act like Cora and Patrick didn't absolutely earn that spot. Cora definitely less than Patrick, because Patrick proved he's just the best in the planet. We'll actually be seeing a little bit of him shortly after. But, yeah, I mean, so far, definitely a lead for the blue team, the experienced ones. But it's not like Ezio and Vector aren't the favorite here. Ironically enough, if you don't know, Ezio and Vector were the ones, they're 8th place, and, I mean, hey, that's back-to-back top 8s, albeit, at the hands of 8th place both times, but man, that's more than nothing. That reversal from Sentinel, what a good move there, after getting nared by Vector, and a little bit of miscommunication. He did the recovery a little too early. That side is not going to be enough, but he might not have the tools for it. He does not. Just like that, Ezio is kind of left alone here, which is not good. The separation will cause a major rift in damage between the two. And I mean, Sentinel and Cassie is not a team that you want to be facing already down these 2 stocks that they are, especially when one of your players is already on red in their 2nd stock. That's 1, and that's potentially 2. The Ensig is dodged. She's learned. They get the ground pound thanks to the save by Ezio, but I mean, now it's double ground pounds. It's just damage. It's just damage buildup. They still have a lead, and they could really go up 3 stocks here. Oh, Vector with the save. The ground pound not enough. The nair not enough. The nair not enough. They're still sitting up there, and the double KO from Sentinel as he cleans that one up. Up 3 stocks is the blue team, as they are dominating this game number 1. They're not letting anything go by right now. I mean, Ezio and Vector are working on this damage onto Sentinel, kind of getting him ready for when you know, Cassidy finally is taken out, and here we see pressure as he's now on red. We could see a similar situation. He's not dead yet, but maybe one more of those will do it. The Nair will 100% do it, and now they're focusing on Cassidy. Kind of trying to go for these staggered KOs, get that advantage, get that opportunity. Make sure that these players are never too close in health. A full stock lead, still a little bit more due to damage. What a team combo there. What patience from Ezio to make sure that he gets both of them in there. There again. Recovery. Oh. Side air. I mean, this really could be close. Oh, Cassidy overcommitted. Now it's a 2v1 at the top screen. He doesn't kill, not enough damage. The ground pound. The dodge. The ground pound again. Vector, he makes it back. This is rough. Good counter, I guess. Good answer. The down sig will do it, though. I mean, it's Ezio versus the two stocks. He could make it one, but then he has to play a one-on-one against Cassidy, who's fully healthy. Perfectly out spaces. Can't get the weapon. He's just playing patient. Oh, and that recovery will do it, unfortunately. Started to build something, but he couldn't at the end. Sentinel and Cassidy start off red hot as, yeah, I mean, Vector and Ezio, they're good. They're still good. They made it close. It's just definitely going to be closer. But yeah, as I was saying, Ezio and Vector actually made it in not by beating Sentinel and Cassidy. That was Corin Patrick, who then won the next round and moved on to top 5. Overall got 6th place as Ragnar Dusk had scored more against their, in their loss than Corin Patrick did. Albeit Corin Patrick did face Thatch and Barraza, so that's a really good thing. Apparently not better than Brendan Amethyst. Shocker. And it's crazy because I'm pretty sure it went to 5 against both Thatch Raza and also against Ragnar Dusk. I think it was 3-1 over the losers finals. And Ezio cleans that stock. Wow, okay, let me start talking about this match because Ezio just pretty much, he was at more or less like later yellow stages, pretty much just like 1 full stage, almost 2, into the damage when he took out Cassidy there, so that's good for them. Now they're kind of up a full stock, and that can, ooh, good teamwork there. I mean, right now, Ezio's just pummeling Cassidy, while Vector keeps his opponent up in the air. And even though it's not killing, it's honestly worse that it isn't. That side will do it, as we finally see Ezio use his down sig for what it kind of was intended to be. Little team combo going on there, a lot of extra damage being put on a Cassidy. Once again, they're kind of setting up these routes. We finally see Vector go truly into the red. I mean, Ezio as well, that cider whiff, that's not good. He needed that one for sure. And I mean, just patient play, the Nair interrupts. Ezio kind of stuck here for a second. We're going to see that Ensig finally come out, and now Vector kind of stuck in this 1v2, but they're not going to get any kind of opportunities. Sentinel kind of nervous here. I don't know why, but yeah, Cassidy just far out there. I mean, now Sentinel's cooking, but unfortunately Vector, I think with an Ensig, was able to take out that stock of Cassidy's, and now Sentinel in the orange. Sentinel's doing really, really good damage, though. He's kind of keeping it even by himself. Feel an Enlight. The down sig will stagger, it'll take the recovery and kill. Insane. Insane. Oh my god, that recovery almost killed Vector. Vector at risk here. Enlight. We see the down air, we see the recoveries. And that Ensig will take him out. How badly this has turned. This is now 4 stocks straight for the blue team. As Ezio and Vector are indeed in deficit. I mean, right now, if they take out Cassidy, they just kind of have a really, really winning opportunity. Ezio takes Cassidy out, finishes what he was doing pretty much all game, and now he's working on Sentinel by himself here. That recovery will clean it up. Ezio with an incredible game, too. I think this is the major turnaround that they were thinking of when they re-queued as, more power. I mean, Vector, I'm really proud of Vector because he turned it around from being a fraud in both 1s and 2s to kind of only really being somewhat of a fraud in 1s. And I say somewhat because even after winning the tournament and falling in the first round, he did find himself back in the top 8, even further, making it yet another round into the top 5. So it's definitely interesting to see how good Vector has been, especially in the 2 space with the unorthodox duo of him and Ezio of all characters. Ezio kind of gets a bad rap. They be saying he's not really meta, he's not really a good pick. When in reality, honestly, if I were what's his name? Then Unlight will finally clean it up. If I were, they pretty much had the same stats that the blue team had. So the blue team played really good. It was just Ezio had a really early game against Cassidy, and Vector kind of kept Sentinel at bay. But if I were what's his name, Java, I would switch off the not the Hattori. I would switch off the Dusk for Ezio, because Ezio's got better stats. His SIGs do similarly the same, and his overall kit kills a little bit sooner than, from at least from what I've seen, it kills a little bit sooner than Dusks do. Outside of like Spear Down Sig, but Spear Down Sig is also like incredibly hard to hit when you're playing Dusk, compared to something like Orb or Sword Down Sig. Or I mean, Sword Down Sig is niche, but it's one Sig out of a still great 3 Sig kit that just is very effective at all levels. The only negative I'd say about his Sigs are that at least his End Sig lasts a little too long, and his Sword Side Sig is a little bit a little weird, because it's a 2-part, but it's like a stationary second part, you know? As we go back to the original map, I wonder why. Whatever the case, though, I mean, hey, I guess it's not really working too much. That recovery will do it. It's tie stocks. Nope, but make sure it's a little. That's actually really bad that it didn't kill it. For the blue team, I mean. Now we're going to see, again, the Sentinel and Vector face off. And yeah, Vector didn't really win these confrontations, not really doing any damage until now. He's still losing the confrontations, as Ezio being on this stock might actually lead to some really bad stuff. As now it's a 2v1, and it is very much a 2v1. As, yeah, Sentinel continues to dominate his foe here. I mean, this is just not good at all. Ground pound. If I see Vector come and try to help, but I mean, he's way too damaged right now. He's going to go to his final stock right then and there. The blue team, once again, with a lead on this map. Maybe it's the map, maybe it's the characters, I don't know. Vector just can't really seem to handle Sentinel right now and any of his power. As you see that doubts come out, Cassidy, if Cassidy falls here, they could potentially pick themselves back up a little, and they will do exactly that. They'll start this 2v1. I mean, the pressure from Ezio, from Vector, just perfect. Perfect alignment. Oh my goodness. I don't know how, but Ezio finally falls. Should have definitely fallen a few times sooner. As Vector is a little overcommittal, but he makes it back. He makes it back. The recovery, I mean, Sentinel just got his number. He just locked him down. So it's really reliant on Ezio here, because Vector's not playing a good game 3, I mean. We'll see Ezio kind of go back to that matchup with Cassidy. Cassidy seems to be winning a little bit more, starting to see these adaptations come in. Uh-oh, that side sig, that will not kill. That's even worse. At this point, they kind of want it to kill, because, I mean, that's just more health from Sentinel. And, yeah, at this point, if Sentinel falls, this is a lot better, because they do not have the HP to continue these 2v1s in poor timing, as we see there. Vector, he falls, and it seems like Ezio will be soon to fall as well. Ezio, once again, left in the 1v2. I don't know what he's going for. It seems like the weapon. But Sentinel cleans that one up, and just like that, the red team will fall to loser's bracket. Sentinel and Cassidy, you just can't stop them. You just can't. Alright, next, we have a team that I also swore would be in blue, so I'll do it, because honestly this next team should have been in red the first time I did this. Pretty sure I put them in blue, even though they look sick as fuck. So, we got Volkov and Taros. Volkov and Taros. They're legends that don't need any introduction, albeit I need to do something. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, they're not legends that need much introduction, you know who they are. But on the other hand, you also know the names on the left. They're frauds. They're frauds trying to redeem themselves, I guess. That's like the best way I can put it. We got Reno and Nye going up against Volkov and Taros. I mean, this is very interesting to me, because Taros and Moonin made top 8 and they fell a little off, you know. Taros still has to defend his title soon. I will make him have to defend his title in the 1 space. On the other hand, though, There is one really, really interesting fact, and that is Volkov isn't that bad, actually. Volkov made top 12 fairly recently with Orion. They kind of split up after that, which was very dumb. I don't know why, but I had no their choice. And, because of it, kind of resulted in them not really getting any further. I don't think Orion did anything, really, and I can't remember hearing or seeing anything about Volkov improving either. So, well, that was a thing. It was definitely interesting to see. But right now, Volkov and Terra is kind of proving why they're amazing. Of course, Queen Nai comes to shut me up, as she is also an incredible player in both ones and twos. She does have a bronze medal in ones, so I can't completely, tax her down. And that was to Munin. And Teros is currently defending his title in the ones. Good, clean up from the king. Not to mention Teros, more recently made a top 8. Albeit he didn't make it this time or last time, but he could definitely do it with a better teammate. It seems he really likes the synergy between the scythe. I think he just preferred the axe over the bow, which I can understand. But I feel like if that was the case, why not team up with Mirage, who was also looking for a new teammate? Everything changes. People, maybe Mirage would had her sights set on. I think it was Shovel Knight from the beginning. Like maybe she really wanted that to work, and it was for a while, but. Now that we're in the tournament, they just can't mesh anywhere near as good. Right now, though, the team combos, the 2v1s, everything's working. As Teros, dude, this has been so back and forth. I'm a massive fan of it. Like, it's just been completely back and forth. I mean, there's the stock of Volkov. He finally falters. And we see Teros kind of just play a little bit more patient, just back off. Not really trying to do anything without his teammate. Back on the hammer as well, so that's interesting. Hammer, of course. I mean, pretty much, almost, inarguably, undisputedly. Almost. Not completely, but it's a conversation that definitely could be happening that, the best bots are indeed the ones with hammers in their hands. Ironically, I think Munin and Teros lost to Thor and Patrick. I feel like that did happen. I feel like they faced some winners and that happened. I know Core and Patrick beat Queen Nai and Lin Fei, and it's probably the reason why they faltered, because it was like they beat a really, really good team, whatever. But, I mean, right now, the red team, once again, every time it, seems to turn around, all of a sudden, the other side just kind of picks it back up. And, I mean, this is definitely winnable. Going after the one without a weapon, okay. Kind of just trying to play this patient. That side air will definitely punish a bad recovery. And yeah, I mean, Teros just showing why he's the king. I don't have another way to say it. As Queen Nai went off, Reno went off, and Volkov a little bit behind everyone else, but not like he wasn't doing his job, not like he wasn't contributing. I mean, you saw the team combos, you saw the teamwork, you saw what they were doing. Alright, not much to say so far. I mean, the red team's now yellow. That's definitely a notable thing, because godforsaken dojo. I mean, Queen Nai, though, putting in the work on a Teros, kind of showing that, she's really here. That Nair will kill for sure. I mean, right now, Teros is kind of going even with Reno. So, I mean, hey, that's good. Never bad to go even if the other person's going positive. Of course, for red team, this is nowhere near as good because, I mean, this is just not a good look. Queen Nai barely being touched still. She's still going in for the kill. Both of them are, actually, as their recovery is not enough, but one more might do it. I mean, Nair recovery, and he's just falling into it. Volkov is gone. He's down to his final stock. Literally only a minute in. This is not looking good at all. Like, this is really not looking good at all for the boys in red. Because, I mean, fuck you, bad controller. I'm down to plug you in. This is really not looking good for either side, I would say, but, I mean, not for either side, for the red side. But they are up a game, so they definitely can just kind of swing this one and just, completely delete it from their minds. Be like, you know what, this is just a bad start. We just had a bad start, we need to, lock them. We got a little complacent. That was an interesting whiff. Ooh. Oh, as Queen Knight kind of does some work there. Oh shit, that was a good little team combo trying to kill, but unfortunately wasn't enough. Ooh, the recovery still not enough. Volkov in red. This is not at all good for the red team, as I stated earlier. The recovery won't kill. That side air is just kind of to get her to back off. Queen Knight just immediately going in there, no weapon. It doesn't matter. She gets that kill on a Taros. We're gonna immediately see some damage being put on a Volkov as well after he hits her a few times. But I mean, hey, hits 2 stocks to 4. This is a bad situation. Volkov is quite literally one hit with force away from kind of just leaving his teammate behind. They're trying to stick together with these axes, though. We'll see what they can do, especially against this Nai Katars that we know. Unfortunately, nothing, as he instead takes his own stock, bringing the overcommittal. And now it's just 3 stocks to 1. This is, I mean, Queen Nai finally gets hit here. You know, it's a massive deficit. Even if you do get that 1v1, who says you'll beat Queen Nai right now? Because, I mean, sure, you got the 1v1, and you're not really handling her too much. You're kind of playing a little bit more patient. Okay, he's starting to get the good hits. He's starting to show that 1v1 prowess. Wait a minute. This is a potential turnaround. No. And Reno was like, alright, that's enough. This is not working. I'm just going to take him out here. So, Taro starting to show some signs of life there at the end. Unfortunately, Volkov's still the worst on the board. I mean, we're going to game 3, but hey, Volkov, this is kind of on you, man. You gotta lock in. You really want to win these games. I mean, last game was close. This game started to become close at the end, but yeah, we really do need we really do need to kind of like talk about these performances from Volkov. I mean, he's starting off very slow again. Shit, are they back on this map or was it a different map? No, it was this map. Yeah, this was game 1. I mean, right now, Taros again. Volkov gets the stock, but I saw Taros was the one handling her for a little bit. And yeah, that sider might be enough, as, I don't know, he'll make it. He'll definitely make it. That side set will guarantee that he won't do it again, though. As again, this blue team is not looking good on Suzaku. They kind of need these extra platforms to play a little bit more. This Taros is way too aggressive. Volkov gets way too much advantage from having so much more aerial space. And I mean, this is just working. You know, Taros near perfect placement, near perfect spacing. Just punishing everything. Every small mistake is just not going by from Taros. Like, it's like watching Kaina play, essentially. It's just perfection and interruption. Like, if they're on the back foot, all of a sudden, no, they're not. And if they're definitely ahead, you know, no mistakes will go unpunished. And I mean, that's a good instinct there from Volkov as he catches Reno sleeping. Right now, though, I mean, it just takes like a down air, an air, even a side air from the other side of the map, basically, to take out Queen Knight, as it finally does happen. And I mean, this could potentially be 3 stocks or 2 soon if Reno can, you know, help Queen Knight take out Volkov. But Reno's also starting to get into this damaged, really bad health KO. As Taros loses his stock and it's 2 stocks to 2 once again. They're evening it out. This is anyone's game. Blue team does have a deficit. You know, they're a little bit more damaged, sure, but Taros starting to get into that health, and if they can just hard focus him, which you're hard focusing a defending champion who's seasoned in this sport as well. I mean, he knows what he's doing. That Ensig might do it. Oh my god! And the blue team completely turns the situation around. He gets the down sig. Volkov trying to find an answer, trying to find hope. He loses his weapon. He's pretty much out of options and out of stocks. Queen Nai and Reno will be the ones to move on as they clutch out a really, really close game there at the end. That's another really good team falling here. This is getting risky. This is getting risky, and I am a fan of it all. This is why I watch Bothalla, personally. This is why I decided to start hosting these tournaments, because these fucking bots are demons against each other. Against humans, you know, they're a little bit, bad, to say the least. To put it kindly, they're bad, but, you know, when you're playing against other bots, You know, it really shows your level compared to the others. It also kind of shows the like bot meta because it's completely different. Hammer has been the most dominant weapon in this freaking version of the game since bots, like since you could select bots. Like it's just a thing, and I don't know why. But next we do have Magyar and Caspian, so I guess we'll learn a little bit more as we get into game number one. Yeah, for some reason I really don't understand it, but the bots, I guess because they're like at a lower level, so like they're a lot like they're like primary preliminary punish game, you know? Like they don't really know how to punish, but they can do like they'll definitely punish you a little bit, you know? They're also very ground pound heavy. That's just the thing for all the bots, is that like they'll get very vertical, especially if it's like a platform like a big map like this, or like Mishima Dojo where the like sky is. Sure, oh my god. And you know, as I say it, Magyar makes quick work of Barraza, as I mean he proves me right. Caspian falling to Thatch. Now we know Barraza to be the stock tank, and Thatch isn't really one to really get hit. But to see the non-stock tank on your team fall first, being Caspian, namely here, is definitely not the best. You want to see, you know, you want to see Caspian fall later. You want to see Magyar kind of be the one to die early, because if you see Magyar die early and like Caspian's online, that's not the worst. I mean, Caspian's the damage dealer. He's the one that's building up the kills for Magyar to go out there and clean that shit up. As we see though, Caspian takes a stock for himself down, like he's completely ignoring Caspian. Girls on this left hand side. Down in this middle, I mean, hey, they got a little bit of damage. Oh, what an interesting interrupt there. I mean, stocks and damage is pretty much even. I would say blue team has a slight lead, but it's like a very small margin. If they can take out Barraza, this will be bigger. And these down six, the recovery, the double blasters is just doing magic. No Johnson, as we see here, just more and more pressure being applied to Magyar, as he's just being left to die, essentially, in these 2v1s. He can't really do much against these double blasters, I guess. I don't know, but right now in their 2v1, their power play, Magyar definitely dealing with Thatch very effectively, and seeing Caspian work his magic a little as well. Ground pound, of course, if we can see that stock, good shit, Caspian, as he continues to clean up these stocks for Magyar sometimes. Now, he has the stats for it. He is very much a high power legend. He just can't stock tank. You know? Alright. Okay. Alright. Definitely very interested to see who will be falling first. And it will actually be the N-Sig from Caspian. And he still doesn't fall. The N-Sig from Caspian, though, doing magic here. As we're going to see Thatch be left alone. So, hey, I guess at the end of the day, it's working out so far, man. Of course, right now, we need to see a little bit more damage being applied. And Caspian's going to be the one to do it. I guess Caspian's kind of just trying to apply pressure. Because, I mean, Thatch has to, you know, he has to find a way to kill a 10 defense legend. Or a 9 defense legend, the highest defense in the game, you know. And if you have very low health, that means he can do that right there. As Magyar and Caspian upset the 4 seed with the first game. Going to them. I'll be honest, at the same time I'm reading, what is it called? The Kiss Bet. So I've been freaking dedicated to the story since it first came out. I think it was like 15 weeks in when I first started watching it. Or, yeah, reading it, I guess. And I mean, right now, the red team starting it off early, starting it off aggressive. So the blue team is a deficit, and the side sig will extend that deficit. Man, why do I talk sometimes? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see Caspian try to alleviate some of that pressure, but instead gets punished by Barraza, who at this moment is kind of just playing perfectly. You know, he just doesn't waver, playing aggressive, not really getting punished. Playing a little bit more passive, as he's trying to bring the attention towards him, knowing that he's going to be more focused on so that they can get this 2v1. And I mean, Thatch is kind of playing this more or less okay. I mean, he's not dead, so it's not the worst, but his damage definitely doesn't help. Sure, Barraza comes back in, and they're just kind of basically living on, they're no longer walking on eggshells. As it's actually going to be, oh my god, the down air. Are you insane for not going recovery there? Yes. They're actually swapping their focus over to Barraza. I don't know if they want Thatch gone first or if they want Barraza gone, but he's gone. And that he being Thatch, I don't know why I didn't just say Thatch is gone. As they're both gone, and the blue team turning this around a little. I mean, yeah, Caspian's probably poised to fall next. Barraza goes over there to alleviate the pressure off of Thatch. Very good move, and yeah, Caspian will fall. And again, just seeing that high defense legend play stock tank really just not let much happen. Right now, though, Caspian trying to help out his teammate a little. These ground pounds, these recoveries, Barraza playing perfect defense right now. I see Caspian kind of just waiting to get back on the ground. He makes it. And yeah, I mean, Magyar just immediately incorporating himself, immediately going in there, trying to be aggressive. He understands that they want to fight him, especially Barraza, who's hard focusing this Caspian. This is just starting to build up once again, the red team, as they finally take out Caspian. Shit, it looks like Magyar will be next, as Magyar kind of just trying to survive here, trying to figure out an opening. He can't really find much, though. He's finding some siders. He picks up the weapon. Clash doesn't kill. That Ensig will do it. And yeah, I mean, Barraza just popping off in that one. Not anybody played necessarily bad again. Another kind of like Volkov situation where he didn't play bad, but Caspian definitely needs to start coming in here and contributing a little bit more. Yeah, it's kind of so far been Magyar essentially having to play stock tank, which is their plan, but does he really have to do it every time? You know, you contributed a lot more in the first game. I think you had 4 stocks and just played a little bit more aggressive. That's kind of really all we're asking from you. As, yeah, Magyar just kind of getting beat, and yeah, Caspian's just watching. I don't know if Caspian's scared of hitting his teammate or what, but I mean, hey, Magyar's starting to handle his own, so it's not the worst, as we have yet to see Magyar pick up a weapon, still kind of going into combat. He picks up the greatsword. The downset coming out from Thatch, and yeah, Caspian again alleviating some pressure. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So far, it's just, you know, blue team in deficit. Nothing too major. This is the first time where we don't have a repeat third map for, at least I think in this tournament, or this part. Hopefully this part. Magyar trying to make it back. And that down air will do it. As, yeah, Caspian starts handling Barraza. Barraza, though, responding. And the Stomp Sir will do it. I mean, they have a 2v1, but at the same time, Magyar is also damaged very from that early loss to first stock. And, I mean, the teamwork as Caspian is gone. This is exactly why the top seeds are still the tops. You know, they're still winning despite going down like 1-0. Oh, 1, I mean. Like, even though they're starting out cold sometimes, you know, these sets are still ultimately being won by the higher seed. Or at least the team that is more expected to win. For example, the higher seed was Ezio and Vector, but I mean, they always kind of make top 8 a little late. You know? They're kind of like barely in there. They're like a shoo-in, you know? It's like they won all their matches, and then they get to top 8, and the lights are just too bright in the 5-game sets. And we finally see Caspian fall there. Whereas, you know, we've seen Thatch and Barraza make it all the way to top 5, both through winners and losers. So it's like, you know, you see just a more experienced team, a more professional team going up against Magyar and Caspian, who, yeah, sure, they did really good earlier on, you know, but now they're kind of starting to fall off a little. And that ground pound will prove me even more right. as Thatch Raza will take game 3 and the overall set. I mean, yeah, Caspian died off a cliff so quick, it was just instant. It was insane. But next, we have a team that I wish nothing but the worst for. I'm saying that with all my heart. I wish nothing but the worst because of Bodvar, not because of anything else. As Antonio would say, he's in my top 10. Well, you know who else is in my top 10? This bitch. Y'all don't understand. When you're at platinum level, you start getting people who genuinely know how to like properly space and genuinely know how to play the game. So when you're facing a sword player, they're usually either passive or they're demons, and Vals are the just perfect spectrum of that. You could play a Val that was really passive in game one, but if they lost that game one, they'll just lock the fuck in and go all in, just all the fuck in. That's why I was happy seeing Val lose for like after making top eight, especially after the way she got embarrassed. But it seems Val's starting to develop some confidence alongside Cross. So hey, it's looking up for Val. Of course, you know sword is broken, so I mean, there's that. But yeah, I mean shit. Right now, oh whoa, ho, ho, ho. He makes it back. Cross made it back. Ooh, my false sim though. This is fairly even. I don't really like either team, but Ember's a champion, and Bodvar did make top eight, whereas Cross and Val haven't. I'm gonna put my marbles toward Bodvar and Ember. They're more experienced, they're more seasoned, but we've seen what they can do. We've seen what they can do in in just all rounds essentially. Because Bodvar made it through losers, top 8 if I'm not mistaken. I mean, obviously made it through losers because we got finished in 8th with our KW, you know what I mean. I mean, Bodvar's a consistent 4 to 500, so 450 to like 510. That's just consistently where he sits, so you can always rely on Bodvar to outlive his opponents, play great, just be good. And then Ember's a champion. We know what she can do when she's locked in. I mean, shit. A little after becoming a champion, actually no, a little before, she finished fourth in the one space, so we kind of saw the resurgence of Ember, and that's why I can never really count Ember out, even after her early exits alongside Zol. Good stomps there, doesn't kill. That Ensig will, as he actually falls into it. But yeah, I mean, it's still a massive lead for the red team, really. I would say it was a massive lead for the blue team, but I mean, Bodvar pretty much didn't get hit at all. Actually, at this point, I would say both blue team members are more damaged than Bodvar is. As we see her finally make it back, and yeah, Bodvar proved me right. He's dominating. He's taking 3 stocks on this one already. He's just playing perfect Bothalla as he does. Botvar? Yeah, Botvar and Mbot are just them, they're just the duo. They're just like a star duo, Ember's explosive, can go out there, get 600. But I mean, Bodvar's also like somebody who can go off for 600. Usually he's not getting these 650s. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Ember taught him the sauce that got Zol all the way to the fucking finals and win, but they're up 1-0, and it's not looking good for the seed 30. I still cannot believe that, who was it? Yeah, Kaya and Koji lost to Cross and Val. It wasn't even like close either. They just straight up 2-0'd, and I remember the games. The games were only a few minutes ago. It was really not that close. Good side sig reversal. As we're starting to see a little bit more. So it's very even so far. I usually spend like the first 20 seconds, just kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything interesting so far. But I mean, right now we're just seeing good interrupts, good teamwork, nothing crazy. As we finally see that first stock there, Bothalla with a ground pound recovery. Interestingly enough. I mean, hey, they're definitely doing a better job of getting Bothalla low early so that he's not infinitely living. But I mean, at the same time, it's still very close, very even, to where I can't really dictate who's going to win. Though right now, Red Team does have a deficit. And I would call it a deficit, even though they're the staggered stocks and all that. Just because we are talking about Cross, and if you haven't seen Cross play, no pun intended, just literally at every turn, at every corner, he's just waiting. Cross plays a very slow game, even in the ones. A few times he has shown up, been very patient. Of course, the stop stare that we saw take him out earlier is going to come back to bite him in the ass once again. As that recovery will take her out, and just like that, they have a lead. Red Team. So far, me putting my chips in isn't exactly the worst bet. I'll be honest, at the beginning of the tournament, my podium was number 2 Nash and Arcadia. I think Nash and Arcadia are going to lose. I had Ragnar Dusk going 3rd. I was thinking, they've always been good when they're together, and then, whenever they don't do okay, they split up, whatever, man. Oddly enough, I didn't believe in the Bothalla Ember, but what I did believe in was actually Brennan Amethyst pushing forward and kind of getting there. But overall, top 8, though, I don't know if I would have put Bothalla Ember in there. I'll be honest, I didn't think Kaya and Koji would fall so early, but I also didn't think they would succeed. I honestly thought they were probably like a one-hit wonder type duo. Just because it's such an unorthodox duo, as we see finally more stocks taken all across the board. But yeah, I mean, the Red Team just dominating. And I'm going to have to say, midway through, I'm probably going to have to change my answers. Nash and Arcadia are probably still going to be there. Brennan and Amethyst likely are still going to be there, But I'm not thinking Ragnar Dusk anymore. I'm still thinking top 8, but I'm not really confident in that either. I mean, they lost in the first round. They're my favorite team, but they're not my favorite to win. My favorite to win is definitely Brennan and Amethyst. As, yeah, Bothalla and Ember just kind of cleaned that up. Yeah, so far, seeing how these teams are shaping up, honestly, I think I'm going to have to slide Sentinel and Cast a little bit further up my list, As Bothalla once again goes crazy. I don't know what the hell's gone into him, but yeah, everybody played good. Ember, though, I feel like Ember's starting to embrace more of a supportish role. Don't get me wrong. Ember won Finals MVP, averaging 480 damage. It was the fact that she averaged over 3 KOs that really won her that thing. It was the fact that she was just constantly taking stocks. But I mean, hey, this time Bothalla is doing all the work, it feels like. So we definitely could be seeing a different outcome. Tell you what, this team is interesting, and I'm glad they won because I did want to see more. I dislike this character, but it's not like I hate her either. It's Jala, it's Lucian. I love Lucian so much. It just sucks that blasters is such a weird weapon. Corin Patrick. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think this might be the end of Lucian and Jala and winners. I mean, it's Core and it's Patrick. Need I say more about this dynamic duo? We'll have to ask, I guess we'll have to find out. They beat Onyx and Bob. A little bit of a grudge match, I guess. Bob was a little bit upset, but Patrick was like, well, you fucking suck. I don't want to prove it to you. It's crazy, because Onyx is also really good, but that didn't work out. As a matter of fact, I don't think they won. No, they did. They beat Artemis and Make. Oh, that's rough. That's so rough for that duo. I was so hyped to see them again. But hey, right now, Core proving why I say that Patrick carries him as he immediately loses stock. I looked away for a little bit to see the bracket seedings, and there's just a stock gone, man. This is why I wish I had a second commentary caster with. Shit. Has Lucian been hit? Like, maybe twice. That's the answer. Maybe twice. I mean, Core's gone again? I thought that was freaking Patrick. Oh my god. Yo, Core's on final stocks. We're not even a minute into the match. Good little team combo there. Didn't get the stock, unfortunately. That will do it. Um, uh, that will he will also, okay, Core's trying to redeem himself a little bit. I mean, what the fuck? What? Like, just what? Uh, yeah, Jala is not sliding for any of that shit Patrick's putting out, man. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Man, I really don't know. I think I'm gonna buy the Toph crossover. Alright, just some good teamwork. I mean, great teamwork out of Lucian and Jala. There's nothing much else to say. Red team here is clearly benefiting heavily from this constant pressure, constant teamwork, but yeah, I don't really know. This is kind of just it's interesting. I'm not really sure what to say. Because at the same time that we're seeing Core just get absolutely destroyed, we're also kind of seeing Patrick be dominated a little bit by Jala, which is something completely new to me. Because remember, Patrick is Mr. 600. He's that guy that no matter what will out here give, he'll give you 500 and a 3 burger. Like, he'll give you a 3-piece McNugget with 500 extra damage. Like, I don't know what it is that he does, but he consistently does it, and I don't understand. And the reality of the situation is he could 100% still turn this around. As he finally takes that stock, he just needs to go in there and pressure the person who's kind of been shutting him down. Yeah, he's pretty much just gonna constantly take hits. They're definitely playing a more option control-y game, punishing him for even basically making a move, pressing a button. Yeah, there's not much to be said here. He finally gets 2 hits in a row without getting hit, and then he immediately gets hit after. Say that recovery. I mean, Lucian and Jala are just pretty much switching priority, just constantly switching damage. Essentially just doing a perfect, exactly what a duo should do as, yeah, Jala on the back of Jala. And I mean, shit, Patrick still had 700. See what I mean? I don't know how he got 683 because he basically didn't hit them at the end, but he still got 600 damage. The fucking craziest part is Lucian didn't even really play that good either, bro. Like, Lucian's job was just get Core the fuck out of here. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how quickly you do it. Get him out of here, we'll win the game. Like, what?
3, 2, 1, brawl!
I hate this stage. Now, the red team has switched colors, so... Actually, no, I think they were yellow last game as well. No, they weren't, they were red. Whatever the case, though, I guess Patrick just likes more platforms. I guess that's what it was. It was just, there weren't a lot of platforms which reduced a lot of the space. There was only one and it moved around. It didn't really give you the freedom that you want, I guess. I really cannot understand how come now Patrick just hasn't really taken any damage. Core's already contributing more on this first stock. Of course he falls, but it's whatever. I mean, it's 5 stocks to 4. These two are kind of playing footsies with each other, kind of seeing who's gonna itch to press the button first. And I mean, right now, 4 is immediately going in, pressuring Jala. I don't exactly know what their adjustments were, but they're working. That's for sure. God damn it. Alright, yeah. Whatever the case, the pressure's working. It's building. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. Yeah, legitimately, whatever the hell they were doing before, they're not doing anymore, and whatever they weren't doing is definitely happening now, because, I mean, I guess it's definitely the Patrick versus the Lucian. That's for sure a change. We see the matchup change, but I feel like it shouldn't make that much of a difference, really? Like, is Core really this much better against Jala than he is against fucking Lucian? Maybe. I don't know. Again, I think mainly the negative is definitely the stage. I feel like the stage doesn't really allow a Lucian to go anywhere near as wild. I mean, that extra platform definitely does, but the extra platforms doesn't. This third platform is really what kills it. And I feel like what kind of mega nerfs the map for Lucian's success. And a lot of why they won definitely came off the back of Lucian. Sure, he didn't have all the damage and all that. But I mean, he was able to take Core out really, really early, and that was likely to the Katars, As right now, he's kind of just trying to fight, but it's over, man. It's just over. After this game, I gotta go put the clothes in the dryer. So, yeah.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
I looked away for 1 second, you know. I looked away for 1 second. I see Lucian at the bottom of the map and Jala 1v2ing. Um, so I guess that happened. So far, just a lot of neutral game. Which, if it actually makes complete sense. I mean, everybody's starting to lose their stocks. It's, you know, it's final game. They're playing a little bit more passive. Um, yeah, honestly, I can tell you. I don't know what to say. And Sig. Uh, Side Sig. Good shit. That classic Antonio right there. So, yeah, I mean, blue team kind of takes that lead back. We're definitely seeing a complete shift in gears. I mean, Jala and Lucian, like I said, I said it would likely be the end, and I stand by that. I mean, there's definitely still a world in which the blue team wins, and that's the world we're living in, it seems like. But at the same time, these down sigs are just timely from Jala to cover Lucian perfectly. And it's giving so much leeway as Patrick is starting to take a lot of damage. I might have lied. Lucian and Jala might actually be the ones to take this. I'm not sure anymore. Because, yeah, albeit, you know, Patrick still has or not Patrick, Corey still has a second stock. Patrick does not, and he's starting to feel the hurt. And these matchups don't matter. Like, it really doesn't seem like the matchups matter. It just, it seems more to me like it's all about, you know, playing as a team, and right now we're not really seeing that of the blue team, who might lose Patrick soon. And as a result of it, I mean, look at Core. Core's also hurt. Patrick's gone, and so is Core. Lucian and Jala with the massive upset. Oh my god. What an upset. I mean, just incredible game from Jala. Yet another 700 damage game from Jala, might I add. This is not her first. She's been doing incredible pretty much this entire tournament so far. And I mean, Lucian, again, mediocre game. You know, he's doing average. He's doing good. Core pulling his weight, but barely. I mean, this is yeah. Mr. 600 had. I mean, he had 600 all 5 game or fucking. He had at least 500 in every game. But you know, he's still doing incredible. That's the thing. Like he's still doing incredible. It was the simple facts of lack of teamwork that really killed them there, and as a result, Core and Patrick will have to make the rest of their run to the losers bracket as now, which is insane to me. I want to name these out real quick. Nash and Arcadia are facing Sentinel and Cassidy. No surprise there. Honestly, if you really know who you're voting for, no surprise there. I mean, these are two top 8 teams consistently. Sentinel and Cassidy barely missed it last time, you know. Well, it's not really that big of like a wow, you know, they lost. They won, man. Oh, no, not really. Unless you had the other team winning and you just prey on the champion's downfall, which I do, but not by much. You know, I expect them to still be the finalists. I expect them to still be great. So, Nyan Reno, a team that I really would not expect to make it this far in winners bracket are one game away from top 8ing. And they will be going up against Thatch and Barraza, so they definitely got a challenge. They got a challenge on their hands. It's a big challenge because Reno and Rano actually faltered to Thatch and Barraza, I think, multiple times they've lost to them, so that's definitely something to keep your eye out for. If I'm Ryan Reno, uh, especially coming off that big win over Magna and Caspian, that definitely did not seem anywhere near as close at first. So, Bodvar and Ember, I'm not surprised they won, but I'm interested because I was expecting to see Core and Patrick here. And seeing Lucian and Jolly here instead is definitely interesting. Because, I mean, for one, that means there's a total of 3 of my top 8 picks in here so far in the winner's side. But it also means that we could potentially have a very, very different top 8 from the last tournament, which seems to not really be that much of an occurrence, but it does happen. We do see a few switches, like Scarlet and Olgrim, for example, who I'm still praying on their downfall, and I'm happy because guess who they're facing in a rematch here? Diana and Roland. So that'll definitely be a very good set. And that's the next one up. Yeah, Bodvar and Ember, again, a team I'm not expecting to see here ever. No disrespect, it's just, I mean, you guys are good and you guys are both very seasoned, but that's just not it, man. That's not enough to say you're a championship team, you know? It's not enough to say you guys are gonna go far. Like, we have seasoned squads before. This is not one I would ever call a seasoned squad. No disrespect. It's just how it is. Like, you know, like you both did really good. Don't get me wrong, but need I remind you that you fell off a massive cliff like right after. I forgot that Scarlet and Olgrim and like Diana and Roland are literally basically right next to each other. So, 3 lances, and the last time they lost was because Diana didn't have lance. It was that simple. It literally was just there was 3 lances on the field, and Diana didn't have lance, so she just kept getting pummeled even though she had the blasters to outspace. It was egregious. It was the most beautifully disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life, and I pray on Scarlet and Olgrim's downfall every day of my life. Especially considering Scarlet made top 8 and beat Nash. That pissed me off. So let's get into this set. I'm expecting Scarlet and Olgrim to lose. Like, genuinely, I think with this chip on their shoulder, you know, Diana and Roland are going to come back in. They're going to win the tournament. Fuck, they'll win this set, not the tournament. They might win the tournament. I don't know. They made the finals. They have the potential. You know, there's definitely potential here. Like, I'm not going to count it completely out. Do I have them in top 8? Yes. Do I have them making top 4? That's a bit more of a maybe. It depends on who they face from now on. But I kind of had them like 5th, you know, 5th or 4th, depending on who they faced in that spot. I mean, 100% though. I could see a world where Diana and Roland definitely do succeed even more than they are now. Because, I mean, right now Diana's just damaged, very, very bruised, as where blue team just lost his stock. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, they just traded it, so, hey, props to them. Diana trying to trade off. Still, this is bad. Like, really bad for red team, because Diana's heavily damaged, whereas Olgrim is not. So if they really want to get this 2v1 to go, they're going to need to put damage, and they're also going to need Diana on the board. So, once again, that early situation just being there's 3 heavy weapons on the fucking field and 1 legend with just not a heavy weapon, so not really prospering anywhere near as much. Right now though, Diana trying to really show up here. Unfortunately, Olgrim with that recovery, the bottom of it spiking there. And Diana just trying to play as patient as she can against Scarlet, but Scarlet's just going in. Scarlet's just going in for the kill. She doesn't care anymore. She's lost her stock. No. She side-aired. She used tech. Oh my god, she used tech. Respect. If you don't know, that's actually called movement teching. For some reason, that's what they call it. Yeah, it's basically where you use like something like an unarmed down air to get back on stage because you'll touch the wall if you do so, even if you fall off. Yeah. It's like offstage movement tech or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. They're weird. Ground pound stare will not do it, but it does give a very, very big question mark of will he make it? No, he will not. And I mean, yeah, here we are. Here we are. You know, the stock tank, once again having a stock tank. And this is kind of a similar situation to Magyar and Caspian, only one, they're getting greatly more punished because it's heavy weapons all around. So, I mean, very, very similar game from Scarlet and Ulgrim. That tends to be the pattern, if not Ulgrim usually outperforms Scarlet. Whereas, yeah, I mean, Sir Roland and, Diana just didn't mesh in that game. But yeah, I was saying, Thatcher and Barasa, they definitely punished them more with that team combo damage game rather than we have two beefy beat sticks. You can't just tank them. They technically have four. But you know what I mean. Like we both have a beefy beat stick in our hands. You're not gonna be out here tanking that shit like you're freaking Adonis Creed or some shit. I don't know. I was just thinking of a random thing. The Russian from Rocky 4. I don't remember his name either. Right now, though, I mean, Diana proving why she kind of just can't hang with these just titans with heavy weapons. And this is really why you see some of the better legends in Brawlhalla just carry a heavy weapon. I mean, even a character like Ragnar's picked up sometimes just because he has that axe. Whereas you're not going to see that out of Diana. She has no axe. She has no lance. She has no. Sure, you could even kind of consider gauntlets in there, but not really. Good side sig though, and she pertains the lead for now, or retains. These blasters though, putting in a little bit more work. Hoping to see the bow though. The bow is definitely her signature weapon. It's definitely what she does her best on. That cider, see movement teching, W. Seems like they only do it if they're right next to the stage and maybe they can make it. Well, outside. But I mean, oh my god, she's gone. Scarlet is gone. The Russians cut. There's a potential game 3 going on. As we see Ulgrim also lose his stock, immediately go for a D-Light and take Sir Roland out. I pray on Sir Roland's downfall every day. But, I actually kind of like Diana as a legend now. I don't really hate her as much. Because I've learned that it actually does take a certain level of skill to play her. Good shit. At a higher level, she takes a lot of skill, but at a level more like Platinum, she still takes a good amount of skill. That Sarah whiffing is crazy. They're kind of just trying to find a kill, but I think Diana's also trying to find it herself because Roland's like, I don't really know what to do here. I don't know if I should tank. I don't know if I should go for kill. What should I do? He finally figures it out, and they get that 2K, as it will be the red team with a major lead here in game 2. It seems like they will be taking this one. I just realized now I have to go get those clothes. I spent a lot of time yapping, not paying attention. So, yeah, I mean, hey, my favorites to win the set are still kind of in the game. They're still in the match. Still a set. It's kind of crazy how many 3-0s there were. Like in both 1s and 2s for fucking CEO. Like, diabolical. I think I heard something about kind of winning. I don't know. I haven't finished it. I'm still on Championship Sunday. Still need to watch Championship Sunday more specifically. And that side sig will do it. Diana and Roland will take game 2. Was that game 2? That was game 2. I shall return. I gotta get some clothes. I'll be back. Alright, ladies and squirrels, let's get game 3 underway. Winner take all.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
This is rough. I don't know who to. I don't know who to say, but you know. Oh my lord. I don't know who to say, but at the same time, like, no matter what, I want Diana Rowland. That's what I want. And I knew this matchup was really even, so I wasn't sure who to pick. But I said Diana Rowland at the beginning, so I'll stick to Diana and Rowland. As now that I pay attention, they actually have a lead. As Scarlet is a little bit getting into that. She's still damaged to build, but slowly getting into the KO percent as we see Olgrim spam ground pound to kind of punish and some downers. Of course, that side sig will not kill. I think that was side sig. Whatever it was, Roland will not kill Scarlet this time. And yeah, Olgrim is starting into that damage as well, where he's a little bit more damage to rack up for sure. But I feel like the next recovery might do it. Scarlet can't really contribute. I lied. The next recovery will not do it. So right now, Scarlet kind of getting close to that blast zone as Roland goes to alleviate the pressure so that they can both make it back on stage. And yeah, that Olgrim Lance is showing off a little right now. As the red team, despite having the lead, have now kind of tied it up. And I would say they still have the lead, but it's not much. If they lose a stock, it's definitely a deficit. Not one that cannot be turned around, that's for sure. As we finally see that stock come off. I mean, like I said, it's a confusing situation because it's not really a lead, but it's not really a deficit either. But it's definitely not even. Red team now definitely lead. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, because he has that extra stock, I don't really know. Because like if he doesn't lose it, it's bad for the blue team. But also, if he loses it, it's bad for the blue team because it becomes a much more apparent deficit, and now it is 3 stocks to 4 in favor of red. And the little team combo they're coming out from the red team as they rack up some quick damage, quick 40 to 50. Now kind of get into that 100 damage zone. Right now, though, I mean, Hogan's doing everything he can to keep Scarlet alive. Scarlet, though, seems like she's the main target for this team on the red side. But it's really unclear so far. The stocks are tied, the damage is not. As we see Scarlet trade. Oh, that's not good. Scarlet went for a little too much and ended up drinking the Kool-Aid. As a result, I mean, there's 2 stocks for the blue team left, but it's like 2 stocks on one person, it's not the best, man. It's definitely not the best. Right now, could we see Olgrim do something with this axe if he does end up picking it up? Maybe. There's potential, but he has to pick it up first. I don't know how much his unarmed will go. Right now, though, he's playing it pretty well, actually, getting light bits of damage. He finally picks up that axe. He gets the end light on both his foes, actually. And yeah, now he just kind of has to play a little bit more patience. The ground pound. Ground pound there. Ooh, try to go for another one. He hits this one, 3rd in a row. 3rd into that one as it's interrupted by the end light. And I mean, this is kind of just a floaty game. Olgrim trying to just bait his opponents into going aerial, but it's not working. The side air into a recovery there. Yeah, and still building up the damage, but I lied this sider with the very last. Definitely not true, but still somewhat of a team combo there. As, yeah, Olgrim went off for 700. Diana went off for 700. By 1, she beat him. That sider is exactly the damage she needed to beat him. As, yeah, I mean, Roland takes that final stock. And Diana Rowland will indeed get the revenge and beat Scarlet and Olgrim this time. GG's, well played. Yo, who are these people? Who the hell is Frank the Fiddler? What? Who is Delana Spam? I don't know these people. I know Enrique, but he's definitely not my friend. It's like half these people I don't even know. Alright, whatever the case. Next we have a team that I'm happy have progressed. I'm happy. And I'm talking not about Brandon Amethyst as their blue team. Where is he? Holy shit, I'm blind. I'm talking about Mordex and Orion, who so far have the potential to surpass. Um, what's his name? Volkov and Teros. Because if they win here over the top, at least in my opinion, the favorite to win this whole damn thing. Like I genuinely think, because think about it, Brandon Amethyst, they only got fourth because they lost to who? Sentinel Cassidy. Sentinel Cassidy is somebody they didn't have to face at all, and it's a chance that Brandon Amethyst don't have to face Sentinel Cassidy ever again. So yeah, it's a potential. It's a potential here. It really is anybody's game. Don't get it twisted. But Mordex and Orion have a lead. That much is certain. Or not Mordex and Orion, fucking... Mordex and Orion can definitely do something here. But Bryn and Amethyst 100% have a lead here. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I looked at Summers and I was like, wait, no, that's Beyblade. Let's look at this thing real quick. As Orion actually will be the first to fall. Again, I look away for a second to look at brackets, and they're just gone. I still can't believe that Mordex and Jiro got together. That was fucking hilarious. Where were the other two, actually? Hold on, let me see. Volkov went with Shovel Knight, so that's interesting. And Ryan went with Nyx. Shovel and Volkov lost in the second round to Queen Nai and Lin Fei. And then Nyx and Orion actually made it past they were the team to beat Moronix? Oh, they faced against Bryn and Amethyst, who actually made it all the way to grand finals through the losers bracket. They lost in the first round, and then, kept moving on. Yeah, Bryn and Amethyst really sucks for them. They didn't have to face Sentinel and Cassidy because of Ezio and Vector. I lied. Ember and Chief. So it was actually Core and Patrick who beat Ember and Chief. Ezio and Vector beat Sentinel and Cassidy. So Sentinel and Cassidy were out for blood. They were out for revenge because Ezio and Vector 2-zipped. Okay, as Brennan M is so far with the lead. Could definitely become a deficit though. But I mean, we're talking about losing Bryn here, and since her little choke storm against Sentinel and Cassidy, yeah, it hasn't looked so bright. Speaking of, when the fuck did Sentinel and Cassidy fall in winners? I know for a fact they won multiple sets, I just need to find where. They lost to Kaya and Koji, okay. So, yeah, like I thought, alright. And yeah, I mean, just the force talk, the dominance of this duality is what I was going to say, but I was like, wait, that's not real. Okay, yeah, the dominance from, the blue duo, I mean, you can't face Brandon Amethyst confidently. You can't. There's a reason why I have them as my number one team in Bothalla right now, Like, sure, they might come in here as the 2 seed, but you gotta think about it. The 2 seed has a slightly more, slightly less difficult path, realistically. Because, in the first round, think about it. In the first round, the number 1 seed faces off against 32 and 16 versus the seed number 31, which pretty much could be the same as 32. And then seed number 18, so they kind of have total worse. And let's say Brandon Amethyst win this. Sure, they're facing Diana and Roland, which they never faced before, so that's a tough matchup. But we can't sit here and act like, Sentinel and Cassidy is anything to scoff at. Sentinel and Cassidy is much more of a threat, in my opinion. Not that Diana and Roland can't definitely make a run. They definitely can. It's 100% a possibility, man. So, we can't completely count them out. I'm really just trying to think right now. As the red team is in deficit, so we can definitely talk about that. I mean, the red team though, making that comeback, using that teamwork, using the spear, ironically, to finally take out Brinstock and kind of get this lead again. Orion dominating, showing the two's prowess that I said he has. I did. I'm not kidding. I did mention. Also, can we talk about how this has always been the momentum momentum shift map? Holy shit! Or like, it's like we'll see the other team win either dominantly or in a kind of a close fashion. But yeah, it kind of started to lose its name when like Legends would still just destroy. And I mean, the 2v1 was insane. Orion's almost dead. But yeah, we started to really see what Orion can do. Oh my god! He's gone! And just like that, Bryn shows why she's fucking... Shows why, like, why she's my top seed, Bryn shows why she was... If it wasn't for, like, the fact that Arcadia stepped the fuck up low-key, I feel like if Nash would have stepped up, it wouldn't have done much. Because, like, Arcadia would have still, been at that weaker point. And if you don't know Arcadia... Okay, so the MVP... Good shit, Brandon Amethyst finished it. But as I was saying, the MVP of the tournament ended up being Amethyst. Because throughout the tournament, she did really, really well. And outperformed not only her teammate, but also was outperforming Arcadia, who was having a really good bracket. Nash, who still had his 1v2 moments. Just all that shit, right. Also, insane stats from both Legends here on the blue team. The red team, nothing to scoff at. Great performances, just nothing like the red team. Or the blue team. Whereas, yeah, the only way I can put it, and I'm being nice about this, Amethyst was just dominating in a league or in a tournament where Bryn was doing so good and bad. Amethyst was by no means carrying because Bryn is the more consistent of the two, but Amethyst would explode and it would show. Bryn would go out there and put up like 500 a night, 500 a matchup. But in that freaking grand finals, I think it was the first set was a 3-0 sweep. I might be wrong about that. I don't think I am. But however many games it was in the first round, Bryn didn't play a single game below 500. Like, she genuinely didn't have a single game below 500. She went off. To the point where I think she might have not even had a game below 550. I might be glazing a little here, which I'm pretty sure I am, but like she did incredible. She had, I think, 2 600 damage games, high stock game no matter what. We just started off really, really well. And then Arcadia was like, all right, it's time for me to lock in, which good shit from the blue team so far, showing off that synergy. But I feel like if it wasn't for Arcadia locking in, like let's say Nash goes and steps up, Nash was doing good from the beginning. Nash was like consistently doing good. So I don't think it would have mattered if Arcadia was still the one doing okay and her teammate now started doing great. So if it wasn't for Arcadia stepping up and be like, alright, this is, I gotta lock in, let's make this, let's finish this shit, let's not we shouldn't let them get this far, right? Yada yada yada, yap, whatever. As the red team right now actually in deficit, potentially, at risk of losing. And yes, this is the first round of losers. The double KO as the stocks are finally tied. They're really good at tying up the stocks, but look at their healths, man. Like tying up the damage is gonna be impossible next to it. Oh my god, just the pressure alleviation from Orion there, but unfortunately it's not enough. As Orion is actually out of resources trying to help Mordex out. Mordex has got to get in there. Fucking pick up a weapon, man! This is another thing that I realize now about the red team is they're very stingy when it comes to weapons. They want to pick it up, but they'll prioritize anything over picking it up. It's like, why? What a dodge. Orion actually does pick up the weapon. Interesting. And Mordek's still fighting Commando since the beginning of his fucking stock, resulting in him being really, really low here. And yeah, this is just curtains. This is just curtains for game one. That flash damn near killed him. Like, it's just over. What are we doing? I was gonna say, what are we doing?
Blue team
So yeah, blue team loses.
wins.
Right. Or blue team wins. That's game one, I think. Yeah, that feels right to say. And if it's not, I doubt that Mortis and Orion are going to win anyways. So,
One brawl.
we go into game two, and this red team is looking a lot worse than they did in that first round. But, yeah, Brandon Amethyst really just falled off. Just didn't really fall off a cliff. It's just, Bryn's still playing really, really well, but now because of Arcadia playing really, really well, kind of became a much more different game, which is why it ultimately resulted in her winning the thing over Nash. And I guess proving why she belonged. And why she was number 2 in MVP. At least in my head. So now we've seen incredible performances from Brandon Amethyst all around, and I mean, they're going to continue to face against Dan and Roland, so we'll see how that shapes up. That'll be their first set against each other, I believe. I'd have to check back to Bothalla 2's the second tournament to be completely positive. Oh. Oh. Yeah, when you look at the best legends, they either have a hammer, an axe, or spear. Those are like the best weapons in 2v2s. They're also all really good. I think axe is just straight up the best weapon in 2s. Like point blank period, but hammer not really as much. Still solid though. Again, talking in human. A human like pro Brawlhalla meta. Not whatever the hell you want to call this, Bothalla is what I call it. Whereas pretty much every weapon has a chance, so there's no real meta. It's very even. Kind of shows how balanced the game is. Also showing how unbalanced the bots are for spamming ground pound. Good ground pound. Ironically, there it is. Here's my proof. Right now, though, the red team is playing a little bit slower. They know they have a lead, a massive lead, so they're just kind of trying to slowly extend it, Orion's like, alright, we gotta get this stock out of here, finish this game, Move on to game 3 while we have momentum. Don't let them slow us down. Right. That Nair actually hit, that's insane. Starting to see some of that damage and pressure being added onto Thor, actually. As he'll take out Mordek's stock and somehow not Orion's, but here we are. Ground pound again. One more of those and Raptor's gone. Some Nairs being thrown around. I don't know if he's trying to build up damage or alleviate pressure. Whatever the case, though. Yeah, they're in a 2v1 situation. Can they get something done here? Nope, Mordex just says I'm gonna fuck off, and he does exactly that. Orion still not finding this kill. Red Raptor living so much more than he should have. And I mean, Mordex is paying the price for it. That ground pound will finally take him out. Orion played that way too passive. End light. Side light to the wrong direction. Ground pound just knock him out. And Mordex ultimately takes that one, as it will be 1-1 with an Orion 958 damage game. Oh. He might have actually just jumped up to the highest damage game in Brawlhalla history. This is definitely, or Brawlhalla, this is the best game in Brawlhalla history. While also being one of the worst final stock performances I've ever seen from somebody. Dude, Orion was edging the shit out of Red Raptor's stock for so long that he took 700 total damage. He could have died at like probably 600. Like, Orion genuinely gave him like an extra 100. His health was damn near black. Like, that circle around him was damn near black. That's way too much. He should have died a lot sooner. Orion kind of stat padded a little. This definitely was more of an 800 damage game. But whatever the case, the best performance I think I've ever seen from a Legend in twos. And yeah, that lion in the behind him is definitely accurate. Mordex played the worst, played an okay game. Yeah, Thor did really good. Red Raptor did good as well.
Orion.
That was kind of the theme. Yeah, I mean, Red team did really good overall. Yeah, they did really well, but I mean, come on, guys, come on.
Three,
I know I
two,
would. I know I said that I would put Thor and Red Raptor and red, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like switching the colors, man. That's really all it was. Oh my god. He's gone. Red Raptor's gone. Alright, so that's a massive lead for the red team. As Thor's going to try to stop it from extending, but I mean, hey, that spear is just going off. Spear's gone. I don't even know how he lost it. He just lost it. That cider, though, immediately putting the lance to work. Lance is another really good twos weapon, but I feel like it's mainly because of how much space it occupies. Rather than it being like, oh my god, team synergy, team combos, all that, like spear and axe have that, whereas they also kind of occupy a bit of space. Whereas Lance occupies the most amount of space. Stocks are tied. Good recovery from Red Raptor. Again, Mordex is like, I don't really want none of that, but they're going to try to set something up anyways and get a good bit of damage. Stocks are even, damage is a little even. Right now, Thor's manhandling. I mean, Jeff is manhandling Orion as Mordex goes and just plays by himself at the bottom of the stage. Okay. I don't know why you decided to be a dickhead, but here we are, you know? Here we are. Mordex immediately going back into the battle. Let's help his teammate out after a very dumb stock there. I mean, wow, you know, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy whatsoever, but nothing impressive either. That's for sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is trouble in paradise. Not really even paradise, it's just trouble straight up. I mean, Mordex is in red. Blue team is still double stocked. The sidelight Sarah True combo coming out from Red Raptor. Side air. That boy is not gone yet. Nair. Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass doing Nair at the top of the screen? Orion? Orion? Orion. He takes that stock, who cares? Orion, he takes that stock, who cares? He has two more to go through. These are the important stocks. Oh my god, he's got boots. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, good on the blue team to stay mainly stacked. Red team had this game in the bag, I'll be honest. The red team had a massive lead early, and then they were just like, yeah, okay, we'll throw that shit away. Like, Mordex was just like, yeah, I'll throw my stock away after they tie it up, just cause, you know, haha, funnies. And, yeah, you're out of the fucking tournament. That would have been an upset, ironically enough. That would have been an upset if Mordex and Orion would have actually teed the fuck up and won that. But unfortunately, Mordex threw it all away for the meme, I guess. I don't fucking know what was going through his head. I mean, he played that last stock just as bad as the second stock. And they paid the price. Orion's gonna be furious. He is furious. That's probably why I stopped fucking playing halfway through. But hey, I guess to cheer us all up, we have to watch Scarlet and Ogren.
Scarlet.
Cheer up, guys. Probably the best team on losers is here. And they're facing... Oh, God. They're also facing Seven and Maravin.
7.
They're also facing Maravin. You know, Shioban. So hey, it can't be all that bad, right? This is going to be abysmal. Not a single heavy weapon on blue team's side. Cannon isn't a real heavy weapon. It's a beat stick, but it's not a beefy beat stick. It hits hard, but nowhere near as hard as some of these other weapons.
mean, we're seeing it right now as 7 is just taking a beating. I'm kind of just glad 7 and Mirage moved on, but yeah, I mean, I'm expecting the top 8 team to do top 8 team things. Yeah, like double recovery to clean up the stocks. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. That's exactly the level of play I'm expecting from the red team here. And anything less would kind of be a disrespect to the fact that they won a top 8, but at the same time, they're also here in the second round of losers. In their defense, they did face a really good doubles team, so there's that. And I mean, blue team's currently trying to tie it up. Oh shit, they do tie it up, nice. So yeah, good on 7 there. But now the double spear is going to have to work miracles. We've seen what double spear can do before. We're seeing it again as Mirage takes that stock. Wait a minute. Are we seeing a momentum shift mid-match? This double spear is working miracles right now. No pun intended, as I realize Mirage is also dead, so the miracle definitely... That one is pun intended. I don't know what Scarlet's doing, but she might just lose her stock for it. No, the downer keeps her alive. Answering anything 7 had up her sleeve. Just realized there's 3 females in just holding here. Wow, that is a bad compound of characters. 7 does not make it back. The red team turn this match back in their favor. If we keep seeing pendulum sweep, maybe this 3 sucks. I'm gonna say if we keep seeing pendulum sweep matches like this, I'll 100% be hyped. I love matches like this, but at the same time, holy shit. The high level of play that has to occur for something like a momentum shift is definitely not something I'm expecting. No player over 500 damage. Funny. Yeah, no, that was just really good from the red team there at the end. They cleaned it up, they clutched the fuck up, and won game 1. And now Scarlet and Ogre take the lead. No surprise here. 7 and Mirage lose. I mean, either team they were going to face is going to be a tough matchup, you know. I mean, we're talking about a team that beat Moronix, so they've already beat the mold. No, that was never mind. That was Midnight. I lied. I was going to say we're talking about a team that beat Moronix, but no, that was Midnight. But they definitely have seen something similar to the double spear or cannon spear, or side spear, you know, cannon side. Probably not scythe cannon. I don't think we've seen that yet. But like cannon and spear, definitely they've seen. You know, scythe, not scythe and spear. Oh yeah, maybe actually scythe and spear. Maybe like a Nyx and I don't know. Like I really don't know. For sure, cannon and spear. That's stuff we've been seeing. And the double spear has definitely been seen as well. I think I've seen like another team don the double spear. I mean, the red team has a deficit here, but that damage being put on the Mirage right now makes it feel more like a lead. And that's why I'm saying that. I mean, she's side-sticking her father, as she does not make it back under any circumstances. And yeah, it looks like 7 will also be a victim of that fate. So it's tied in stocks, but you know, damage isn't exactly even, and Mirage is very much not healthy. So, yeah, this is looking great for me here. The red team definitely seems to show more promise. As 7, lose your stock. Not you, Mirage. What the fudge? 7 finally losing that stock, but Mirage might be next. Oh, Scarlet misses. The ground pound didn't get to activate the Nair. I mean, perfect defense for Mirage to stay alive, but for how long, you know? I guess she just gotta outlive Scarlet. Not gonna fucking happen, though, as we see the 2v1 immediately come out the side sigs, and Scarlet can't make it back! It's a 1v1 for game 2! Oh my god! 7 up an entire stock, essentially. What a freaking clutch up by the bot. She is doing so well right now. As Olgrim tries to shut me up by immediately just being untouched so far on this, you know, this final stock of his. Trying to play defensively, perfect spacing, perfect defense so far. I mean, he's just playing very passively. The ground pound finally hit him. Uh, Honestly, 7 man up here is good as long as she picks up the spear next stock. I'm really just trying to think right now, because, like, yeah, Ogrim is playing this so well. He's barely into. Oh, that's like yellow cotton, and that's just the stock as well. Ogrim. Ogrim. Playing this so well right now. Picks up the spear. Nair. The recovery whiffs, the Nair reversal! Another Nair. Cider whiffs, the end light. Oh, the side stick was ambitious, but it gets immediately punished. The ground pound. No recovery around here. The side air. And he doesn't seem to have enough. He will not have enough. Seven and Mirage taking game two. More specifically, disrespectfully, straight up. What the fuck is going on with you, Mirage? Seven clutches that game up for the blue team. After nearly throwing it away, ironically, to Ogrim, who immediately locked in as well.
3, 2, 1.
This is Brawlhalla. This is what I signed up for when I said I'm gonna start hosting bot tournaments. And at first, I just did it with choose your character, no bot match available in Couch Party. I was literally like, well, I'm just gonna, do custom games, I guess. Why not? And eventually, I started lagging, so I was like, fuck it, we're gonna do private matches. And they were like, oh yeah, bot matches are available, and I was like, cool. And then it turns out it wasn't online; it was only offline feature. So I cried. Yeah, I cried. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 7. Almost lost her stock there. Mirage. Almost lost her stock there. Nair. Kind of going for that let's split each other's stocks game for a little longer. That side will probably kill. Nope, the recovery will. And she doesn't make it back. So the red team has a little bit of leeway as, the blue team is very injured. If they can split these kills up very quickly, if they can split the kills up, period, this would be very good for them. And yeah, Scarlet says to hell with that. We'll just take what we can get here, and they're gonna get a lot because fucking dumbass characters just immediately attack rather than go for the weapon. And 7 does exactly what she should do, and that is alleviate the pressure after picking up a fucking weapon. And I mean, this is just constant. I feel like my mic is cutting out because I'm not putting it right next to my voice. So we're in copper. We're in 10. Mirage is again playing hopscotch by herself as 7 goes and gets a double KO. Classic 7 game, just doing everything for her team. Just doing everything, period. Yeah, 7's playing this really well, and I mean, right now we're in game 3, and the blue team has a lead. And it's a pretty big lead, despite seeing 7 live here for a little bit longer. If they can't find that KO, it will not matter, because Scarlet is starting to feel the damage, and the ground pound is not good. 7, not dead, but oh my god, bro, back off! Back the fuck off, Mirage! Yo! Mirage is gone. And everything I said about Mirage being a season experience legend is just straight up fucking hoax. Because thanks to Mirage being a dickhead, and instead of doing what everybody else should do, learn from fucking Mirage. Don't stick around! Don't! Bro, why are you going back down to swing? You're getting shit. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what that was about. Bro, don't stick around! What are you doing? Why are we staying there's no fucking brain behind it. There's literally no, mental capacity to it. Why are you sticking around, brother? Sister, I don't fucking care. Scarlet and Ogrim just won. They literally just beat 7 and Mirage while down completely. Scarlet was almost guaranteed to get fucking killed. Well, I don't know what happened to Mirage. She got fucking bloodthirsty or something. Her dumbass just didn't understand. Hey, wait, maybe I shouldn't go all the fuck in if I'm just gonna get destroyed. Which is exactly what happened. This feels like when I watch Bryn just SD against Sentinel and Cassidy. That's exactly what this feels like. It feels like a fucking headache. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. Please, somebody help me understand why these fucking robots, one, don't fucking avoid 2v1s. Please program it, BMG, because I'm starting to get pissed off at seeing a fucking robot end light instantly after getting on stage. Prioritize getting a weapon. Like, at least program the fucking bot to go be like, hey, get a weapon. They don't. They just sit there. Lady fucking dog. You know, it's like, why? I was actually rooting for them, bro. They got somewhere. They had a lead. They could have won it, and then fucking Mirage goes and throws it to shit because she wants to stick around where she could just dodge and run away. If there's a 2v1 going, just stay in the air. Fuck off. Do something else. Don't stick around to get pummeled. It's like the #1 dumbass thing you can do. It's so aggravating because I just see it and I'm like, why? Why? You have a lead and then you throw it the fuck away because you want to go in there, be fucking superhero, and lighting the air. My god. And yes, I'm passionate about even bot matches because it's like, bro, I genuinely want to see these bots succeed. Like, I genuinely was like, hey, Mirage could revive her career here with 7, you know? She just choked if she plays well, which she was, and then she was like, no, fuck this, I'm playing superhero. Threw her whole stock away, got 7 stuck in a 2v1, and 7 being like, well, I just got fucked over, was like, you know what, fuck this, we're not clutching this, we're not ending this. And can I just mention right now, how the hell is the 6 seed and the fucking 5 seed in losers bracket facing against each other in the second round of losers? You can't even say they were frauded out, bro. Okay, you kinda can. Cause like, listen, Ragnar and Dusk lost to Nai and Reno, who are currently sitting to face Thatch and Barraza. That's not frauding. Lucian and Jala had the most incredible clutch that I think I've seen in a while. Like, Core and Patrick should have won that, yes. But the way that it was won was definitely intriguing. That side signal stick, watch. He actually picks up the weapon. You see, the best legends in Brawlhalla will go pick up the weapon. Dusk, what the fuck are you doing? You're proving me wrong. Seriously, bro, BMG, program behavior. No company. Just program pattern, like behavioral patterns for these bots. Because it should be, if no have weapon, it should say there should be like three priorities. If there isn't a weapon, it should say go pick up weapon. If there isn't a weapon available to pick up, it should be like run around, wait for weapon. I don't fucking know how to program. I'm not a programmer. But yeah, honestly, I'm not even kidding. If I worked for BMG, I'm working on these goddamn bots. Am I gonna make them mimic Luna and fucking Sansom and Boomy? No. I like the low tier level that they're at because it's kind of funky to see how they work. Listen, what I would do is I would make them improve their team combo game. Because I love team combos. I'd love to see the bots do more team combos too. I wouldn't like to see me get stuck sitting in a 1v2 in the fucking like what if Ragnar just backed off right here and Dusk just got sandwiched by both legends? Like that's just not it. Can I also talk about how insane Dusk is on Spirit to the point where he outlived Patrick. He was a first one on final stocks. Good shit from Dusk. Popped off there on the final stock after Patrick Mr. 600, damn near Mr. 700 this tournament for some reason. You know, I didn't die after getting the final stock, despite being so damaged for a pretty good while. Dusk played that perfectly. Just played an incredible brand of Brawlhalla there. That's what I'm here for. The clutch, the locking in at the final stock.
I mean, right now though, Patrick and Core are, you know, they completely switched up the map. I think there's less stages here. Yeah, pretty sure they were on Terminus. And yeah, I don't know what's gotten into Patrick, but yeah, the guy that had 679 last game is looking like he's gonna have 700 this game, I guess. I don't know. It's looking like he's gonna go off though. Oddly enough, I don't think that Patrick's had a single 700 damage game yet. I'm probably wrong about that. I'm very likely to be wrong about that. The man's had more high 600 damage games than he's had games than 500 probably. Like, he's definitely had more of those than he's had games below 500, so yeah. Because it pretty much just doesn't happen. Patrick just always goes out there and gets 600. Ground Pound Sair is going to not be enough. Core makes it back. Oh yeah, I'd also program better recovery. The bots should be using simplistic movement. I've seen golds use side airs from lance, side airs from gauntlets, down airs off, like unarmed, to make it back to stage. And you mean to tell me that a bot can't do that? It's like preliminary Brawlhalla movement. This is like basic shit that you're supposed to learn in Silver. Movement will literally carry you from Silver to Plat. It did. All I did was develop more movement, and it took me from low gold to high gold. And then I just learned to not use as many SIGs, and I made Platin once. So, yeah, like, you know. Am I a fan of the placement matches? No. Are they kind of accurate? Not really. They go based off of your last, like, literally the last time I played Brawlhalla. Like, let's say I stopped playing now for like 3 months. Didn't play any ranked whatsoever. And just sat and like only played, or only watched and played couch parties for fun. This game would probably score me at gold still. Even though I haven't touched a competitive set in forever and I don't play anywhere near as good. Like, I could go 5 and 5 and they'd still say no. Because I went 7 and 3 and didn't make plat, which pissed me off. Because I was like, how? There's a chance. Core sucks. It all relies on what Ragnar can do to Patrick, though. Nothing, because Patrick can apparently just side air through the fucking guitar down air. And he'll side air as well. I said side air, I meant to say side light. The first time. And yeah, Patrick just completely proved me wrong. 700 damage game, I was right. If he didn't have one before, he definitely has one now. Yeah, Mr. 600 continues to be Mr. 600 as Ragnar and Dusk.
3, 2,
You're on the back foot now. They chose momentum shift map. Interesting. They'll take the first weapon, and Dusk will immediately go in there and put the hurt onto them and lose half of his fucking options dodging downwards. Oh yeah, also, why don't bots use chase dodge more? Yeah, like what Core just did? That should be more often. Like, literally all movement, just movement can get you into high gold. You mean to tell me that these bots aren't programmed for, like, these are hard bots. You're telling me the hard bots can't do that shit? You can leave the medium bots alone. They're fucking garbage. I don't care about medium bots. I still three stock them without trying. But the hard bots, they should have more movement. They should be more developed. And in 2v2s, they should 100% prioritize, just in general, they should prioritize weapon. That should be, like, priority list #1 weapon. Just put like 5 of them. #1, pick up weapon. #2, if weapon not available, wait for weapon. Priority #3, don't fucking fight. And then like priority #4, fight if you must. Like, what? Like, it should say like if unarmed. You know, these are your priorities. Because it just doesn't make sense. Like, realistically here, most people aren't even getting hit by a Stomp Sair. I'm not fighting at all, realistically. If we're down stocks and I need to get damage, I'll wait for my teammate to get back so that I can support them as much as possible, instead of fucking going in there and playing Superman. Why are you down airing? Thank you, Patrick. See, even Patrick was like, why the fuck is this guy down airing? I feel bad. Like, why are we double daring? You're not fucking making it back if you double dare, and he didn't. Patrick had to go out there and save him himself. He was like, man, this sorry ass guys, bro. Sorry ass NPCs. I don't know what the hell it is with Patrick's fucking bot, but man, Patrick's bot knows how to play Brawl. Like, I'm not even kidding. Patrick's bot is actually just cracked the fuck out of its mind, because I don't think I've seen a legend have more 600 damage games than Patrick. In one sitting, like in one single tournament. Or even in. Good one from one, I guess, is yeah, Corn Patrick. Well, there was my favorite team. Corn Patrick will actually upset technically Ragnar and Dusk to make it to top 16. I'm in hell. Pray for me, guys. Because the next match is a match where I don't care who wins. Not because my team just lost, but because I literally couldn't give less of a shit who the fuck won this shit. It's Cross and Val. And they're facing off against Zola and Asuri. Sorry, brain fart. So Zola and Asuri kind of seem like a more modern mold. Triple M, my bet. It seemed kind of like a more modern mold of what Zola Ember was. The only difference is, I guess, they'll lose in the second round instead of the second round. I don't know. Man, I don't know. In my personal opinion, I think Zol should do what Amethyst did and just team up with, like, a strong twos mate. Like, if he could pick up Orion or he could pick up, like, a Volkov, I feel like he would do better than if Terrace picked up a Volkov. Because Terrace does better with Side Legends, but I feel like Terrace also just does better with bow rather than the axe. Maybe Mutter and Terrace get back together, I don't fucking care. Whatever the case, I feel like, if Zol would have picked up somebody better. But shit, Asuri's currently proving me wrong, as she's like, actually, yeah, fuck you, after beating Vivi and Rayman. Also, they're the ones beating all the shit levels, because Cross and Bell is seed number 30 and should 100% not be here. But yeah, now that they kind of are, Zol and Asuri, who just beat Vivi and Rayman, seeds number 29, are kind of just like now here. So, I don't know. I don't. What I do know, though, is that the red team has just tied up the stocks, and that once again Val is kind of falling off. I guess Val's happy with making it out of the first round of the top 32 men. Which, yeah, for Val at this point it is exceptional, because the fact that you even made top 8 is crazy. It's like a one-hit wonder situation. You made top 8 because there were 8 slots to fill, and it was the first turn. You literally made top 8 because there was no pressure on you. Now that there's been slight bit of pressure on you, you're just in love. You're not, the lights were too bright, I guess. Nicholas Claxton. Or not Nicholas Claxton, it was Jared Allen said. Can you not get hit for 1 second? Oh my god, bro. I'm not even talking about Cross, I'm talking about Val, bro. I'm seeing Val just get shit stomped by this Zol. Oh, hold on. And yeah, that will indeed be the game, essentially. I mean, what is Cross really going to do here? He can't even take a stock off recovery because it's so slow that one of them will interrupt. So yeah, the down 6 the only option. And immediately you eat a 3-piece, so... I mean, I don't have to say more. We all know what's going to happen. We all know the results. Cider and Dusk is in red, and a recovery will seal his deal here. Oh, Zol's listening. Cider might actually do it. I don't know if he has enough. He did if he down air, but since he doesn't down air, he does not have enough. And yeah, Zol and Asuri take game 1. Seed number 30, actually. Or no, seed number 15, 14? Seed number 13. Kind of proving me right about what I was saying.
I'm still so confused. Corn Pep. This is gonna suck for Zolan Surrey and Bayless. And for Cross and Bell. But after this, the winner has to face Corin Patrick. That's rough. So the red team has now become the yellow team, and we're on the worst map in tournament standard. I'm like actually not joking, straight up. I don't mess with any of these maps. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Could we potentially be seeing a red team comeback here? Are they actually starting to come online? Yo, what the hell is Val doing? I don't know. I just saw her ground pound into a nair, into a chase dodge ground pound, and would have gotten the recovery likely after. And the end led into end light conversion, the recovery would kill, and yeah, Zold does not have enough. Honestly, don't think he would have made it with the siren. I'm very much lying about that one. I played Cannon. I played Onyx was my main attack, but Onyx was broken. Onyx is still strong, just not broken. Okay. Alright. What is Cross doing? I don't know. He's playing he's doing the capoeira, and yeah, there goes his teammate as Zold takes all three stocks early and he's going for a fourth. He got the fourth. it's just four stocks that you just like that. I mean, the blue team's just got all the momentum in the world, it seems like. There isn't really anything going right for the red team outside of this triple dare from Cross, as it almost resulted in Sol still making it back. Looks like Sol's working at least the 5K here. I don't know if he's going to take the spell stock. I do know that I just saw a double clash from the two healthiest legends on the board. Here right now, I don't know what Bell's trying to figure out, but she's trying to figure something out. Oh, that down stick doesn't kill. Interested to see how this shit will end. Ground pound, 2v1 opportunity. It ends up being a 1v2. Actually, now just a straight up game ender right then and there. Good job from Sol and Surrey to shut me the fuck up and actually say, no, we're moving on. I mean, they're not going to shut me up. I'm a commentator. I'm never going to shut up. I'm supposed to be here to talk. I know it's annoying. Wow. Val and Cross did almost the exact same. Cross did one more weapon throw. That's the difference. She's one weapon throw. Whereas Zol, dominating everybody in this one, had 743. That checks out. 5 stocks as well. I didn't peep that at first. Yeah. Val and Cross, they're out of here. Shocker. So, I completely forgot that these two are losers. Yeah, I'm not even going to speak on this set. This set just was exactly as shown on TV. Destruction. This one, though. This one is pretty much the opposite of that. As we're going to see Kaya and Koji face off against Magyar and Caspian. I was just trying to find Magyar. I actually glossed over Caspian, doing so many dumbass. So we get Magyar Caspian versus Kaya Koji, and Kaya, albeit high defense. I feel like if we put Kaya on Caspian on Kaya, and Magyar and Cody, this could pretty much just go in the favor of the blue team here. But I said similar shit about them in their last set, so I don't know. And they're disarmed, Caspian finally. I was also shitting on Caspian for not trying to contribute at all. And now we're seeing team synergy, so it's definitely something to be wary about if I were the blue team. Their biggest nerf, their biggest notch, like on their biggest asterisk, is lack of synergy and lack of teamwork. They're just like, we're not really good at why not? You see there though, the end lights up with the down stick, good move. Um, as I mean, Caspian and Mega are trying to figure out some more synergy. They're trying to get more chemistry. They seem to be developing some, so there's definitely something going on here. I mean, Kaya and Koji are also like a really good team, of course. Now they're in deficit. All right, the red team is losing as per stocks and damage, pretty much, yeah. But it really is anyone's game, you know. Like, it's not a massive conversation, but it's definitely a conversation that must be had. You know, Kaya and Koji, they're in deficit. They're in deficit here. They're down. They're up in stock, but if they tie the stocks up here and stagger that second KO, like if they just wait a little bit on this KO on Koji, they pretty much can win the set here. I feel like they've staggered it enough, but at this point, Koji's the one who's taking advantage. Oh, the setter might be enough for Koji to not make it back, and it will. There's nothing on Bothalla either, so he was just genuinely dead. Oh. Yeah, no. Kaya and Koji are doing really, really good at kind of moving it up at the end as well. So, despite Kaya's stock being staggered, I feel like it didn't really do much. Because she ended up kind of taking commanding lead here. There we go, Kaya's gone. They're on 2 stocks. They just gotta do something with these extra stocks. I mean, right now, we're seeing Caspian do a lot to Koji. Maybe Caspian and Koji was the play. That here will do it for sure. I mean, the red team is such a lead. Magyar instantly picking up that weapon, but he can. The downer, the save from Kaya, and Koji still falls in the red team. Yeah, the red team. It's just Kaya now. Guys did a really good job on Magyar. Definitely way, way slow, but I mean, Caspian can catch up with her. Kind of play at her pace, you know. Ground pound. And that side will secure it. Game 1 going to the lower bracket seed, as it'll be on the back of 2 600 damage games. And Kaya going off. Koji did really good as well, almost. He was 1 hit away from 500, so not a bad game from any single person here. But, you know, I feel like overall it was just a really, really close game. Up until the end, you know. Up until the end, it could have definitely been anyone's game. I mean, we're going to a map with more platforms, a lot more space in Terminus. So, we could see a change here. Yeah, we could just see a change here straight up. Ground pound to answer that and sick. Magyar kind of just dealing with Koji by himself. At the same time, though, Kaya trying very hard to not allow anything to slip. Of course, Koji still loses that stock first. Once again, the Stomp Seer might be enough, and it will be, as they'll immediately start working that 2-1 up at the top of the screen. Getting some good damage, mainly Caspian, feeding off the fact that Koji's in the air. And if you don't know, Katash is a very, very angled weapon that kind of does benefit a little bit from these lateral, or these vertical angles, if done properly. Albeit though, right now we're seeing, Kaya and Koji start to take these stocks. Caspian's gone, staggering this Magyar stock so that it will be Caspian as soon as he gets up. But Caspian trying to play this a little bit safer, going for some passive plays. As you see, he completely backs off, decides, I'm gonna go build some damage on Kaya. I'll let you deal with Koji. If anything comes up, I'll help, right? And Caspian, even though he's already orange, we're clearly seeing the fruits of their labor being answered. It's still very much a lead for the 7th team. Albeit Magyar did take a good finish. Yeah, that's stock. Oh, she tries to trade this time away from. Yeah, even staggering the stocks, guys can play that really well. To not take one, like maybe 2-3 hits. I mean, now, sure, it's fairly even for the damage at least on the blue team, but you gotta wait a little bit to take these stocks. You can't take them very close to each other. That will not be good to see them come back in together. Yeah, Koji's gone, so everything I said is thrown out the window. Just kill them. Just kill them as fast as you can. Kill them separately. You have two stocks. I don't know how you're gonna figure it out. Oh, he went for the rough. He didn't work out. John Paul might do it. No, that one will. All right. So Kaya actually has the most stocks, so she goes dominating. If I continue to stock off stage, I'd be really good. Unfortunately, Magyar said hell no and ties the stocks at one apiece. And I mean, I don't know what to say. This isn't. This is pretty much the complete opposite of Shizako Castle. More spacious, more platforms, just more overall area, more pace for sure. Definitely more pace. We're playing at a slower pace here. Yet somehow, despite them slowing down, it still feels like Kaya has a potential chance here. But at the same time, I feel like that's just because of these extra platforms, not really that she has a genuine chance. And yeah, Magyar and Caspian with the major upset over over Kaya and Koji. We have 3 sets left before I decide it's wraps for this tournament. Hey, guess what? It's that time again. Oh my god, Kaya went off 700. Um, the most by 30. Magyar also went off. Caspian still playing okay, playing mediocre. So I will get this clothes out of the dryer now. It has officially been an hour. So I shall return, but before I return, I'll leave you with a parting gift. At least, yeah, what the why did my Volkov just completely lose everything he had?
Volkov.
Yeah, I literally
Volkov.
cannot tell you why Volkov just wasn't looking like Volkov. That was confusing. Hey, they're back! Nice.
Terrence.
Volkov and Deros, and they'll be facing. Oh, they're back.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, the people who are back are indeed Onyx and Bob.
Onyx.
So yeah, here's who is going to be playing the next round. But look at this close. I shall return. Holy shit. That those clothes are singeing, bro. They're sizzling from how hot they are. All right, let's get into Volcom and Teros facing off against Bonix.
Three,
I'm sticking to it.
one, brawl.
Or Sponix. That could be a little close. SpongeBob. I could do that. Yeah, Team Sponix. I just like Bonix more because I call him Bob, not SpongeBob. I just straight up call him Bob or Robert. Ronix, maybe? Alright, no, actually though. Team Sponix, I mean, need I say more? It's a team with two powerhouse legends. I mean, Rayman's always been good. Clearly though, SpongeBob it's his first tournament. He's got to get a little bit more adjusted. He's inexperienced, you know? Got to think about that. He's inexperienced. Onyx kind of playing more as a mentor role right now. And because they both are on that 7, you know, they're both in that mid to high defense range. Onyx obviously in the high, and you know, SpongeBob in that mid defense range. They don't really have to worry about too much who's going to be a tank, you know? They do have to worry a little bit more about who's going to be the bruiser, though, as neither of them have a power over 5. So that's definitely something interesting to think about. Whereas they're probably going to play more synergized Bothalla the way that, you know, right now we're seeing Teros and Volkov tear them up with that synergy. SpongeBob going down really early is going to result in a very bad deficit right now, as we're seeing him damn near in red. But hey, at the same time, he's got Axe, which means he can kill fairly early. And yeah, Teros will do the exact same thing to him, as SpongeBob will fall down early, and Onyx will go in aggressively. That downswing might be enough, it won't be, but yeah, Teros, I mean, Teros showing why he's so good at this game. Showing why Lucian and Jala got lucky. That was Corin Patrick. Who did they face again? Showing why Nye and Reno just got lucky. My apologies. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing with a bigger chip on their shoulder now that they've lost to a team that wasn't really expected to go too far. You know, Volkov, somebody who's seasoned in the twos, not Nye was as well. But it's like, you know, Teros, he's made top 8. He knows what it's like to be in that top seat. Sure, he missed it last time, but that was more of a conflict thing. And yeah, I mean, Teros sneaking in there for that final stock, playing it so well. I mean, just really good brawl from both legends, whereas Onyx was non-existent. Onyx wasn't really doing anything, and that showed. And the only way for Onyx and Bob to succeed is if they play team-based Bothalla, which means they have to be in sync. And if Onyx is just patiently waiting to be in sync, well, Bob is just kind of doing his own thing, and Onyx isn't really getting in anywhere, you know. We're not going to see any success. We're just not. Good little synergy there, though. Yeah, but just these slight team combos, these 2 to 3 hit team combos, is all you really need for, you know, for a team to succeed. I mean, if you look at a team like Kaina and Lores, they're consistently, you know, extending something that would look like a 1-hit, turn it into a 2-hit, sometimes turn it into a full combo. But it's like, you know, you got to work a little bit more on the synergy, and we're seeing it here. They're a lot more locked in. I think they're feeling a little bit more confident on this stage. A little bit more breathing room, it seems like, to them, as we see that happen. I mean, we're seeing it right now. Bob will pick up the axe. Teros has hammered. Onyx sticks to the gauntlets. And right now we're kind of seeing a more team-based, I'm going to cover you as you get back because I know you're more hurt, kind of, you know, play right now. Good down sig there, bro. Like, oh, it's just know that they're playing more synergized, more like a team, more conjoined. They're looking like a lot more of a professional team than they were before. And yeah, that's something I could not say before. Like 100,000%, that's something I could not say before. So, you know, good side air. I mean, the perfect reads on a terrace. He makes it back. But, you know, we see SpongeBob right now take all the stocks. Now, finally, Onyx taking a stock.
Onyx doing a little bit of extra credit work. I mean, this is all pretty much extra credit, and even their next stocks are extra credit. So we could see them play a little bit more aggressively. They're going to lose these stocks, and they can still play hyper aggressive, get in your face, not really focus so much on team, but rather just racking up that damage for them final stocks to finally come in and just dominate. Right now, though, the only one being dominated is Onyx, as Taros makes it his assignment essentially to disallow any kind of work at all really to be done. Sure, they're starting to get the damage now, but that's now that both Blue Legends have a weapon. Now that they've established some sense of stability on the second stocks. But I mean, yeah, this isn't really working too well for either side, as there goes Volkov, who was playing very passively, didn't really know what to do. Seems like this game was more of a throwaway. And the down air into a side air will be Onyx and Bob's redemption, as they both go for 600, one-upping the 6 and 500 we saw from Taros and Volkov.
Three, two, one, brawl.
Tarkov. If it was Taros, that'd be funny, because then I could say Tarkov, which is a game. Escape from Tarkov is a great, funky game, so... Finally, we see Volkov pick up that weapon, but I mean, Taros was put in hell for a very, very good moment. We're going to immediately see Onyx get some hurt. SpongeBob getting a little bit of the damage distribution, but right now, it's a big, big difference, as Taros is just gone. Onyx and SpongeBob, what is going on with you guys? Man, they're looking a lot stronger right now. This is how they were looking against Artemis and Mako after losing that game. They were just like, all right, it's over. We're winning the set now. Like, we're actually finna do this shit. It's kind of exactly what I'm fucking seeing right now. I mean, this is impressive. This is incredible. Right now, they don't have a massive lead. Now they do. I lied. Now they have a really big lead in damage. They're just kind of playing. They're just playing that team-based brawlhalla that I was talking about earlier. SpongeBob doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Disengage. Don't get involved. You want them to come to you and just chip them out a little bit. Make sure they don't get close. Look at that. Took pretty much no damage, and now he's with his teammate. His teammate might be getting hurt a little bit, but that's no biggie. She's got the health to tank. He understands that she's playing a little bit more unarmed, and I mean, he's just taking that stock there off of Volkov. I lied. He made it back. But he's going to take in a sneak event, rather than going for the Volkov stock, he goes for Taros and catches him off guard. I mean, now we're just seeing Onyx pummel Taros even more. Onyx and Bob, what a lead. What a game from them. This is a complete turnaround. They just needed a little bit more momentum, pissed them off a little bit, and they were like, alright, we actually got lucky. Now we're going to see the double axe. Double axe, very good duality here. Taros kind of being the damage dealer as he makes it back to stage. Good save there from himself. Alright. And I mean, right now, it's just looking really good for the blue team, regardless of if these pick up these stocks properly. They need SpongeBob to live one more of those, but the side set will secure it, and now they get a little bit of a longer 2v1, even better. They don't get nothing, though, as, they get like 3 straight hits at that. And, now they're working on really building some damage on Onyx. Taros really focused on taking Onyx out of the equation entirely, whereas SpongeBob is really trying to lock it down, trying to solidify here. In the end, it will be Onyx taking out Volkov's stock, as, yeah, it looks like she's going to take out Taros as well. Sidelight, Sarah doesn't connect, ground pound's whiff. The light and air will 100% do it, and I mean, Onyx just showing Taros that he can't fucking hang. I mean, what a game. Another damn near double 600. And the craziest part is Taros, in what was essentially blowout fashion, still went up and put up 700 damage as a farewell gift. Volkov, not looking too happy here. So now we've seen Volkov and Taros fall, but at the same time, we've also seen Mordex and Orion fall. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Volkov and Orion stayed around the same level without each other. Maybe they come back together next tournament. But Onyx and Bob starting to make a bit of a run here in the losers bracket. Beating Mako, beating Volkov and Teros. These are the 11th and 12th seeds. Like, they're beating good legends right now. They're beating top level teams, like teams that should lose in like 2 to 3 more rounds from now, and you know, that's far into the tournament. And yeah, now we have the most beautiful set. Not really. This is probably gonna be a bloodbath. Um, yeah, Hattori and Azov. They are your next competitors, and even worse for you, you're gonna have to watch them face Ezio and Vector. So if you are a fan of Hattori and Azov, be prepared for the potential loss here, because I got my chips on the number 8 seed. I say Ezio and Vector wins this one. Personally, that's my thoughts. Your thoughts could be very different. You might even think that it'll be a clean 2-0 for the red team. But right now, the red team's turning to the yellow team, so they're not even the real red team. On the other hand, I will say, so far, very passive play. Kind of still feeling each other out, as usual, for the first game. Trying to download some information, see how people play their patterns. Like, after that, really, you don't really got much else. Down there, oh. So the blue team's at deficit. On the back of Azoth, mainly. Now, Tori starting to show a couple flashes of brilliance with that sword, but I mean, she lost it like right after. And Vector will be the first to fall, and I mean, what a read, seeing, oh, he's going to down air here. I can react to that. Side sig from Azoth to take the stock of both blue team members at relatively the same time. And I mean, now the Hattori Spear coming out. So that'll be interesting. That sider will not kill, but the one, I think the recovery from Ezio will. I think it was a recovery, I'm not too sure. So far, red team in a lead, you know? Volkov. The Nair! The signature! The championship winning signature! I'm not kidding, he ground pound Naired on Demon Island to win the tournament. Vector coming with his signature move there to eliminate that stock. Now we're going to see some more of this signature bow, which, yes, it was indeed what he was using more when he won that tournament. Don't ask me. Vector just knew the sauce for back then. He knew that Lance was the worst weapon back in 2021. And, I mean, right now, another Nair, not enough, maybe the next one. Down Signo, tried to go for a cheeky read, didn't work out. And Ezio opting to not use a weapon, kind of just keep forcing his opponents to play a little bit more passive. The Endlight will take out Hattori once again. And Sidelight, no Sair, no nothing, just raw Sidelight. Will actually do it as fucking Azoth, just Azoth, man. Down air finally will take him out, and Vector throws away the majestic weapon. He picks up the bow. And now we're going back in. And I mean, this has been a very slow game, very even game. We're coming up on the halfway point, actually, here at the clock. So, it's really anyone's game. It's always anyone's game to start, but right now, in final stocks, I genuinely cannot tell you what's going to happen. I mean, everybody's damage is very even. You know, 1v2 clutch could happen. A quick 2v2, you know, just end it as we see that N6 synergy. Once again, talking about how these teams are going to have to use a lot more teamwork other than just beatdown, and that will be exactly what happens as Ezio and Vector clinch it out at the end. I mean, Azoth played really well, Vector obviously really well, Ezio incredibly well. Everybody just played really, really well outside of Hattori, who had a bit of a down game. But I mean, we're going on the Demon Island now, and yeah, this is definitely something a lot more alarming. So, I wonder how this match will go, because it really is much more of a toss-up now that the momentum shift map is out, because it's kind of lost a bit of its name across the year. You know, and even this year it kind of has lost its name a little bit still too, where it's not really like, oh, the next team wins. We've seen it here in this bracket where they put this map, you know, it's still 2-7, so. Oh, shit.
Or like where the comeback still happening in this match, so momentum has already shifted and it's kind of sticking. Uh, but yeah, I mean, right now it's just kind of interesting to see how it's shaping up. And the side stick from Vector will indeed connect onto Hattori. Ooh, and the down stick interrupt. Ground pound. Fortunately, couldn't get the KO, but I mean, look at all that damage started being racked up on the Hattori. The KO this time, but still, look at her health, man. Y'all are thinking about the KO. I'm thinking about what they're going to do to Hattori soon. I mean, this is just bad. This is getting worse. The blue team is proving me right so far. Of course, there could still be a turnaround. It could start with Ezio losing stock here. Oh, downer actually kind of saved Vector there a little. Light and light. So, Hattori did survive the onslaught, mainly because of the damage, but I mean, they're still in major deficits, so it's still going to happen. Drop out will take out Ezio. Vector almost there as well. Picks up the Lance. Goes for sidelight Sarah, doesn't work out. D-light reversal. Or down air reversal. The Pogo. The side sit will connect. And I mean, Vector's still dominating. He's taken all 3 stocks so far. He doesn't make it back, unfortunately. A bit of a homely stock there, as he played that up very poorly with the Lance. Immediately going back anyway, he takes that stock off Azov, and it's a 2-1 opportunity that right now is looking like it's in the favor of Hattori after she put a shit ton of damage on Ezio and is continuing it. She's continuing this pressure, and we see Ezio start to play a little bit more passive, thinking, alright, if I can preserve this stock a little bit longer, I don't really put myself at risk. Hopefully can help out Vector a little bit more. Really kind of keep him out of risk. Mind you, before Ezio teamed up with Vector, I'm not kidding, Ezio had made top 12. He purchased a 9th place spot with Red Raptor of all legends. He punched his ticket there, so I'm not surprised that Red Raptor got far because Ezio in his first tournament with a semi-new teammate kind of did really well. And Ezio's proceeded to improve since leaving him. So, you know, nothing's been crazy so far. And it's very, very even right now. I just realized it's another very even game where I can't accurately guess what's going to happen, but I can somewhat judge. And right now, I mean, one team's weaponless. And yeah, I mean, Azov, he's on this far side once again. It really takes like another side air, even a down sig like prior. But I mean, if Hattori can take that stock first, it looks like she will, folks. It looks like she will. Hattori takes that stock. Oh my gosh, she's working on another one. Azov with the ground pound to read the dodge. Ezio playing this so perfectly. The sideline was not the move. Side sig, it's desperate. He gets punished for it though. Oh my god. What a clutch from Hattori. Hold on, what did that say? What? I have breached the PlayStation Network Code of Conduct. So somebody reported me for some weak ass shit because what? Oh my god, Vector went off. He was just, dude, Vector went hard off. He just kind of played it worse against Hattori there at the end. Respect to Hattori though, keeping her team alive. That was really good. What do you mean I breached the PlayStation Network Code of Conduct? How about you stop being so pussy, bro? What did I possibly say? Now I'm upset because I don't even know what I could have possibly said. I haven't written any slurs. Before you ask, no, I didn't type the N word to somebody. I actually typed the F slur, which at first people thought it was the F word, which no, it's not what a slur is in this context. Yeah, that was like years ago though, and I haven't said that. I haven't typed that word either. I think the most I said is "How come you're stroking your homie" or some shit like that. Because in Brawlhalla, it's annoying to see 2 players constantly like you play really good against somebody and then his homie just leaves his fight, which it's not bad, but it usually happens in friendlies where I get pissed. Where it's like, all right, so now you're just leaving your fight to help your guy get back. It's like, bro, go play your ones on the other side of the stage, man. I was baking this boy, and now you want to go help him? It's like, bro, really? Now all of a sudden you need a save? Like, I do it in twos, where I do save my teammate in ranked with Antonio, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to save a teammate in fucking friendlies. Like, it's just not worth it. It's not, I'm literally here to have fun, and I'm facing sweats. This is why I've been more committed to just playing ranked over friendlies, because in ranked, I have a lower win rate in ranked than I do in friendlies, for sure. But it's not by much, honestly. I still win more often than I lose. We just have a short tilt streak, and it's like, god damn it. Which, yeah, it's mainly because everybody's using Lance and twos, and it's annoying. Oh, and my teammate constantly hitting me with his fucking signatures. That definitely helps, you know, getting hit by a 30 damage sig every time. As, oh my god, Ezio and Vector are so far lost? So, Hattori and Azoth have momentum. Vector, go pick up a weapon. Vector, go pick up a weapon. Vector, go pick up a weapon. Vector, thank you. By the way, that's Vector, hyphen, thank you. I actually didn't think he would go in there and fucking pick a weapon. It's a bit late now, though, man. I mean, Hattori's been working on Ezio, and I mean, Vector's just gone. It's 4 stocks to 1. I can't believe Hattori and Azoth completely turned this thing around. I mean, I'm proud. I'm seriously proud. I'm proud of the way that Hattori's clutch isn't going in vain and they're not losing the next match. But at the same time, I feel kind of stupid for counting them out this much. Because even in the game that they won, Ezio and Vector were, like, barely ahead. And then in the game where they had another big lead, they kind of threw it away. And lost. And yeah, at the back of Hattori, despite Azoth having all the stocks, let's be honest, Hattori was the one contributing, Azoth just got the stock at the end. Hattori and Azoth, Mr. 600, I think has finally found his teammate. He made it out of the fucking first round. He played with Rayman. He played with Sidra. He played with whoever the hell else. He finally made it. Ironically, he also beat Sidra, so that's nice. But yeah, he's finally made it to the second round. Maybe Azoth can finally make a run. It just took a top ones legend. Not twos, ones. To do so. I mean, next we got a team that, again, you know, props to them for even making it as far as they did in the first round, because, no, I'm kidding. It's the second round. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, you know, it's impressive that they made it to top 32. I hope this team would win at least one. They're seed number 16 or 17, I believe. Like, I really do hope you guys win at least one. But, yeah, Fate and Yumiko will be the team here. And, unfortunately for you guys, I'm gonna have to recolor. Sorry, but they just look better in this color. Plus they're right here anyways. They'll be going up against a team that definitely deserves to be in red. Yeah, Vrax and Nyx are up next. I don't know if I should go Scarecrow. But if I go Scarecrow, I'm 100% not doing Nyx on this one. So I'm going to keep it as Mommy Nyx. I still can't believe they came out with the skin, bro. This skin is such a W. I mess with it so much for absolutely no reason. Alright, whatever the case, we have Nyx and Vrax, who, props to them because, like, actually props to them. I know it's the second round, but, dude, Loki and Isaiah? Dude, Isaiah literally made, technically Chief, but Isaiah, I'm pretty sure, made it to the third round last time. For him to fraud out is kind of crazy. Oh my god, Fade just sent Nyx to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, honestly, Nyx and Vrax are both kind of sucky, so the fact that they won a set to me is good enough for them. Yumiko and Fate feels like such a weird team composition, but hey, I mean, they won their set. They won their first set, and they could potentially win this set as well. They have a lead. Right now, though, I'm very much not positive. This is also the last set of this stream, by the way. So yeah, don't be looking forward to anything after this. This is the end of top 24, and after this, we will do top 16 and fall down to top 8. because I'm not gonna do like what 5 sets. I think that's all there is left before top 8 is 5 sets. So not 5 sets. What the fuck? There's still 4 on the top side of things, but then on the bottom side of things, there's like another 8. And I'd rather not do like 8 matches after doing 16. I don't want to go 24, 16, and 8, and then 4, and then just do all the top 8. That doesn't make sense. So I'll just do 16, and then another 16. No wait, 16 and then 8, and then 12 or some shit. Actually, how much is it? You have the 4 winners and then 4 losers and then another 4 losers. See, I'll do 12 and then this one was what? Yeah, this was 16. I'm tweaking. Yeah, 24, 16, and then I'm not doing it. I'm going to go 12 and then 8. That's how I do my format. On the other hand, we will be seeing 5 games set. First to 3s will be available on winner's side of the bracket. In top 16. So, again, something to look forward to. Albeit if you're not a fan of any of the teams that have won, that sucks, because I am. There's actually a couple teams in here that I'm a very big fan of. Of course, Brandon Amethyst. I can't put them at number 1 if I don't like them at least a little bit, you know. If I dislike a team, I genuinely won't consider them for my top 3. The perfect example being Thatch and Barraza. They're a really good team. Do I think they can make top 3? They have a chance, yeah, I think they can. They almost did last time. But at the same time, do I think they can win? No. And that's not me hating. I just think there's too many good teams out there for something like that. What? Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, Fate and Yumiko take game 1 so convincingly. Like, that was just a clean first game there from the blue team. And I mean, they'll probably proceed to have a similarly sized game too. As yeah, the red team needs to like refresh, rewire, lock in. Because if they don't lock in here, they're gone. And as much props as you can give to a team that, I mean, Vrax finally won a set or whatever. Which isn't a complete lie, you know. He's won a set before, I'm pretty sure. He has to have. You know, he has to have won at least one set. But, yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's certainly much else to be said. Okay, and there's Yumiko taking the first stock off of Vrax. As opposed to it being Nyx, though that might be enough because she doesn't seem to have the resources, but the wall is high and the glass zone isn't too far away, so Nyx will make it back just fine this time. And yeah, Vrax Lance coming in, doing a lot of things right now. Recovery from Yumiko, she takes the first 2 stocks of the match. She's also the most damaged on the board, as Fate immediately becomes most damaged. As I said something about it. I mean, yeah, the blue team, they're up a game. They seem very comfortable right now. They're like, okay, we have a lead. Don't get too crazy about it. Just kind of make sure that we keep our lead, you know? Yumiko not really approaching. I guess she's trying to go for Vrax. So there's no point for her to approach if her opponent is all the way up in Narnia. And Vrax with a very, very crucial down sig there to essentially throw away his stock. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. He threw away his stock. And because of it, now the blue team are even bigger in the lead. The end sig from Vrax, we saw him use a lot of that to win that set. That previous set. I'll repeat myself if I want to add words to that to make more sense. Oh my god, was that a side sig or was it an in sig? I genuinely don't know what that was, but what I do know is that he took a stock somehow. Probably Sidesig if you ask me, because he went far left. So, yeah. Good shit. Ooh, good little team combo there as they're starting to pressure Brax a lot more. Now, blue team might have a deficit, but I mean, Brax is right there. That's all they need. Pressure on Yumiko to get her, or not Yumiko, onto Nyx to get her out of here. And that recovery reversal from Fate, and I mean, now they're just in a lead. Sure, Yumiko's damaged, but I mean, what is orange, basically? Like, weapons aren't killing an orange, man. Sigs are, but yeah, it takes Nyx a couple seconds for her site to load up. And yeah, she doesn't even bother going for the weapon. I mean, she's just trying to go aggressive, I guess. I don't really know what her plan is here. What I do know is though that she's red. She's red, has like no options. She has a scythe like I assumed, and the down signal immediately not let her use it. Fate and Yumiko, as I suspected, will 2-0 sweep in a not similar game at all, but a much better game all around from everyone. You know, as I guess team synergy, but not better for the blue team, but the red team definitely improved. Yeah, I mean, that's it for this segment of the tournament. I really do hope you enjoyed. It is currently 11:18 o'clock at night here on CST. Enjoy Imugi. I love the character. He's so fun to play. He will not be in this tournament, obviously, because we already got past the first round. We're now past the second round, moving into the third round. But also just because I feel like it would make no sense to do what I did with Red Raptor, which was, oh, well, let's start a tournament because a new character came in. And then the new character didn't even do all that. Was it Red Raptor or was it 7? I know this is Vivi's first tournament, so... I think it was Red Raptor. Whatever the case, we are now 2 rounds deep, and at the end of this will be like 4. And then after that we'll have top 8. So, hey, you know... So far, I'm enjoying this tournament a lot. We've had a inhumane and very unreal amount of 700 damage games. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened, if this is just weapon meta or something. But the amount of 700 damage games in this tournament is appalling. It's too many. It's way too many. It feels like it's like the 50-point scoring boom, where like all of a sudden everybody's having a 50-point game in the NBA now. It doesn't feel real. It feels like there's way too much damage going around. People aren't really killing any sooner. They might have to buff some variable force overall, because I mean, I was playing a Imugi the other day. Explain to me how the hell I didn't kill with a neutral sig on red. Axe and Sig has no variable force. And it is so obvious. None of his Sigs do. It's like every character's variable force has just been nerfed to the ground. That's what it feels like. Because he's like an 8 to 9. He's 8 power. He's 8 power and nobody, not a soul, is dying to his signatures. They have no force. I'll tell you what, I will happily have them be slower. I mean, I would love for them to be slower if it meant that, for the love of God, they nerf that, they buff the force. I will happily have that trade-off, because I've even used side sig and not killed at deep red from the middle of the stage. It just doesn't make sense. That one was on Great Sir. Whatever the case, y'all have a good day. Yeah, play Mugi. Put in your bets for the next tournament. I do really quickly want to gloss over this, actually, now that I remember. I did say that I did want to talk about this. So, the 16 teams left. I wanted to talk about what the matchups are. As you know, Nash and Arcadia, they will be facing off against Sentinel and Cassidy. That is disgusting. That is an amazing set. I will be watching that one with my eyes peeled. Beautiful set. I want to watch that. That one, that's cinema. That's like winners finals level Brawlhalla right there. Not actual tournaments, as you know, obviously. Nai and Reno will be facing off against Thatch and Barraza. Nai is currently going on a redemption tour, and she's doing it with Reno, who's also kind of on a redemption tour. I'm definitely interested to see how far they'll go. I know that both of them can make top eight. I know that both of these legends can make. I mean, at least I know Queen Nai is able to carry her team to a grand finals. When she doesn't really have a lot of pressure on her, you know, it's whatever, right? I just hope that we see more out of Queen Nai because the way that we saw her last time was not at all the best. Next, we have Bodvar Ember. No conversation. I'm not gonna bother. I don't think they should be here. Respectfully, I think Cross and Val shouldn't be here. Kaya and Koji should have been here. Shovel and Faye could have definitely been here. But I mean, they're just proven. They're just proving why. They're proving why they belong. So there's that. I mean, just props to them in general. I mean, making it to top 16 is a little difficult. Only half of the teams from here, from the start of this tournament, get there. You have a 50% chance of making it. And when you're two legends that, I mean, sure, Ember's made it to the top 16 twice, but last tournament, she just straight up fell out in the second round. Bodvar, I don't think I've heard his name in a while. I don't think I saw Bodvar succeed at all, pretty much. So that was definitely something unfortunate. And to see them kind of rise is pretty impressive, pretty cool. Lucian and Jala would have never thought either of these two legends would have gotten as far as they did, especially considering they beat Artemis and Mako. That pissed me off a little. I wanted to see Artemis and Mako succeed. Unfortunately, they suck. At least this tournament, they were unprepared. I don't know. Them beating Core and Patrick, though, in that really clutch final stock situation where, all of a sudden they just locked in and ramped those stocks down, just mowed the number 6 seed down, that was actually kind of cool. Unfortunately for me, that meant Ragnar and Dusk had to fall as well. So that sucks, but it was still really cool to see. I'm gonna be interested in seeing that one because that's the only set where there isn't a top 10 team. So we're definitely gonna be seeing a new team in the top 10, in the top 8 of things. So that's really cool. That's definitely really cool. Diana and Roland, if you haven't been watching, which I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Diana and Roland are them. All right. Am I still streaming? Okay, I am. Damn, this has been a 3-hour stream. That's crazy. Diana and Roland are masters of their craft, and we just saw that because after losing to Scarlet and Ulgrim last time, they came back and won against Scarlet and Ulgrim. They proved that they belong. They proved why they have a silver medal on their belts, and they're here to basically take names. They're here to come back in, prove that they're the best team in here, and just they want to win. They want to win. They have the competitive spirit. We saw it against Scarlet and Ulgrim. After that, just clutch games 2 and 3. Brennan Amethyst. They've had a fairly easy run so far. Vrax and Nyx, I'm not going to say anything on them. They just lost 2-0 to Fate and Yumiko. Is that correct? Yeah, they did. Okay, I was like, they lost. I just don't remember exactly how many games. And they had Mordex and Orion, who I believe are also out of the tournament. So, they had 2 easy rounds, but now they're going to finally face adversity. Now we're going to see what potentially the best team Bothalla. We're about to see essentially what Brennan Amethyst can really bring to the table, which we know they can make grand finals. We know they can make top 8. They've done it now twice. They've made top 8 twice, top 4 twice. And they've only lost to Samuel and Cassidy, and they've only lost to Samuel and Cassidy, I think Diana and Roland, and then I think the last team that they've lost to, obviously, is National Arcadia. So we're really going to see essentially 2 former number 2s face off. That's going to be very, very good. This will be very cool, very interesting. Ironically, Brendan Amethyst 2-zipped. I'm pretty sure they beat Scarlet and Ulgrim in 4 games, so that, I would hope they continue that. I don't want to see that team prosper, and I'm upset they're here. Speaking of, Scarlet and Ulgrim, they're another really good team, still have potentials to make top 8. They are a top 8 defender. They did make it in solely because of the fact that they made the position last time. And they're facing off against 2 legends that have made it far. Thor has made it very far in ones. I think he got 5th place once in top 8. And I believe him making top 8. I remember that much vividly. And Red Raptor, who made it with Ezio, ironically, who's no longer in the tournament. God bless your soul. He made it with Ezio all the way to the
right outside top eight. I think he only lost to I think at the time that was Bodvar Arcadia, something like that. I don't remember. But they did end up losing that first tournament, and I was like, all right, well, that really sucks, but I mean, it was cool to see two underdogs, but I'm not gonna lie, that was all Ezio. That tournament was all Ezio. Ezio was carrying that Raptor. And now seeing Raptor hold a little bit more of his own, it's definitely interesting. Definitely seeing the maturity coming out of him. As he was clearly a little bit less prepared than he'd probably like to be, but definitely still more prepared. And now, once again, he's going to be going through some of the hardest bracket he's had. As now he's facing Scarlet Milgram early, and he'll be facing off against the loser of Nai Reno versus Thatch and Barraza. If that's Thatch and Barraza, that's rough. That's just rough. Corin Patrick. Not much to say. They should have not lost that second round. That's just how the dice rolls sometimes, but at the same time, it's their own fault for losing to Lucian and Jala. And of course, they're a really good team. I believe they'll probably make it back into the top eight. But if I were to be shocked about this upset, I feel like it would probably be Zol and Asuri. I mean, Zol and Asuri where they were not at all what I expected for them to be. They made top 12. They're top 16. They're expected to lose here at 12th or 13th. So they are expected to give Corin Patrick a run for their money, but not ultimately win the set. Which is kind of how I expect that to happen. But I mean, hey, Zol's a champion. Asuri made top 8. This is another one of those Nai and Reno kind of situations where it's like one legend made it really, really far in the top 8, and the other one kind of died out early. So it's going to be very interesting again to see how Zol and Asuri work. But their dynamics seem similar to how Zol and Ember were, and if we know anything about that winning formula died after one championship. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. Especially because the furthest they've gotten after that championship is right here in top 16. Magyar and Caspian. I'm not surprised to see them here. I told you this could be a stealer pick. This could be a sneaky pick. I agreed. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was not expecting Magyar and Caspian to fucking face off against Kaya and Koji, much less the sweep. I was not expecting that much. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I didn't assume any of this would happen. I didn't assume anything related to Kaya and Koji would end anywhere near the first or second rounds, man. I thought they would make it at least a little further. Top 12, top 8. I could see them going all the way again. Just was not expecting this scenario. And props to Magyar and Caspian for, beating them down. They won 2-0. Yeah, again, a sleeper pick in my opinion. Not one that I would have put in top 8, but I feel like it's definitely not too far away. You got to remember, Caspian and Tesco were a duo that were, I think, a recovery away. Genuinely, they were last stock red. 1v1 situation where they unfortunately just lost to their opponent and didn't make that top 8 a few tournaments back. Next is Onyx and Bob. Now, when I saw Volkov and Taros and I saw how they performed, the expectation was that by no means what actually was. The expectations for Volkov and Taros was they'd make it far, they'd do good. They're the 12th seed. They're expected to finish 9th, essentially be the worst out of the 4 that make it right outside of top 8. I didn't really see the vision. I saw them falling top 16. Unfortunately, they faced Onyx and Bob, who, they looked really strong in game 1. But Onyx and Bob had an okay clutch it was a convincing win, for sure, but it wasn't like, you were like, oh, okay, I'll put my chips a little bit more over here. I'll give Onyx and Bob their respect. They earned this win for sure. But the way they won in game 3 was just kind of crazy. It was dominant, it was efficient, it was effective, and that was not what I expected at all out of them. So, because of the fact that I genuinely just didn't expect at all to see Onyx and Bob clutch it out, I don't really know what to say about Onyx and Bob. They're facing Magyar and Caspian. This is a similar structure with a little bit less defense, like a little bit less of a synergized game, more of a I stock tank. You clutch it up, right? That's kind of what we're going to be seeing out of Magyar and Caspian. And that's kind of what you see at Onyx and Bob, but they have more of a similar structure to the team that they beat Volkov and Teros, where it's they got the double gauntlets, which we know can be effective. We saw it with Teska Caspian, we saw it with Val and Cross a little bit. But yeah, my thoughts on Onyx and SpongeBob are they've already exceeded what I expected out of them. I mean, I know Onyx is really good, but SpongeBob, it's his first tournament. You're not expecting him to go too far. I was expecting maybe a first round exit, but knowing Onyx, I was like, yeah, second round feels right. They exceeded those expectations. So now anything from here on out to me is extra credit, and if they continue to go far, props. I mean, just congrats if they continue to go far, and if they don't, you did better than I expected out of you, even though you have Onyx on your team. Now, the next two teams are another one that's like I'm a little confused, but not really. Hattori and Azoth. They beat Ezio and Vector. I had my chips on Ezio and Vector all the way throughout, and the way they won Game 3 was so convincing to me that I think they could make an even bigger run. Because not only did they beat a top team, a defending top team at that, they were close every single game. I mean, realistically speaking, they were like one lucky side sig away from being the two in that 2v1 in game 1. And then in game 2 was another really close match where Hattori, I don't know what happened to Hattori, she played perfectly against Vector, got the guy who was carrying out of there, and Ezio sat back and was like, what do I do? What do I do? He panicked. He was like, all right, let me lock in for a second. Let's figure this out. But it was already too late, and Hattori and Azoth just secured the bag. And then in game 3, they were like, all right, we got some. They were so hyped. They had the momentum. They were like, we got this shit down pat. And because of the fact that they were so confident, they won. I mean, they succeeded. They played incredibly well. They finished the game off, I think, 4 stocks to just a 4-stock victory. It was convincing. It was healthy. It was like a healthy 4 stocks. They just dominated game 3, and because of that, even though they're even though they're seed number 23, not only have they exceeded where the seeding is Jesus. Not only have they exceeded where the bracket itself expected them to end, but they've exceeded all expectations I had for this team, and that's just because, I mean, Hattori and Azoth mainly Mr. 600, hasn't really made it past the second round, and Hattori is one that isn't exactly the best twos player. She struggled, she's always struggled, and, now they both made a breakthrough past that second round brick wall that I think they've both been facing. So, to see that, it's a W, it's a massive W. Faye and Yumiko. Yeah, after seeing how they beat on Thor and Raptor, I was like, okay. I expected them to lose to, Nash and Arcadia. That's the champions. I got them going all the way again. Not winning, but at least going all the way to the finals. Fate and Yumiko, though, they showed us how it's done. In game 1 against Rex and Nyx, clean game. They had a lead with that first stock coming from, I think it was Fate taking out, it was Fate taking out Nyx, and then from then on, it just snowballed very slowly. They won the game, right? They succeeded. Game 2, though, they had a little bit of a comeback. They had a little bit of a deficit a little early. They had a lead, and they kind of lost it, and it became a very even game, and then at one point they started to slow down a little too much. And they were both like, wait, hold on, let's step it back up. Let's ramp that energy. We win the game, right? The 2-0, was a very, very clean way to end the stream, even though obviously I'm sitting here talking about them, but I could also see them making a run. So Hattori and Azoth, whoever wins between, Hattori, Azoth, Fate, Yumiko, I could see them even going all the way to the top 8. I could see them succeeding. That's for sure. But no matter what happens, we'll have to see it next time.